Hopefully the fan isn't too annoying. I'm streaming like 2 minutes early because reasons. I don't know why. Oh, hello everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out. I need to move you guys over here so I can see you. Monkey Zor is here. NJ is here. Who else is here? Cool. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Can't wait to learn more about our SJW ways. Jessica Price. Yeah, I'm debating on whether or not to do like a full-on video on her, but man. Hello Rose Goku, Black Fan, welcome. Hello Kiki the Cutie. I stuck with you because I needed you for a tutorial. What tutorial? I don't know how to do anything. I can't even play an F chord. I cannot even play an F chord. Oh my god. So I was kind of trying to play, Yokai Watch tutorial. I don't know anything about that. I actually took down all those videos because it's very bad for your channel when you want a channel to kind of grow and be more than, and be like your channel, so. But yeah, I haven't actually played the game in more than a year, so. So I totally will understand if you unsubscribe because of that. Man, today, I did make a video today. Hopefully you guys saw it, and hopefully, I apologize for being kind of clickbaity, apparently, from what the comments are showing. I didn't realize it was so clickbaity with the whole Star Trek Discovery thing, like, on how I would make a show based on, like, cheers. So I'm sorry that, like, there's like one person saying, oh my god, you're a traitor. I thought that you were like, you hated Discovery and now you like it. No, I still don't like Discovery. I absolutely should have cleaned my glasses before the stream. This is driving me nuts. No, I absolutely, I just, sometimes something gets so ridiculous. You just want to like take a step back and be like, yep, that's Discovery in a nutshell. We're in a world where Star Trek has cannibalism, sex, nudity, and F-bombs, and you know, if you can't beat them, make something more to your taste in the style of like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So yeah, that's kind of the whole intention here. I'm so sorry. I'm cleaning my glasses on stream. I am so unprofessional. I could have used that 2 minutes instead of like jumping the gun. But thank you. Hello, Hunky Chunky Funky Monkey. You got notified. Awesome. It is me, Ash. I changed my name to Rose Goku Black Fan. Oh, well, hello, Ash. Allergic to cats, Kia says. I need more cats. That's the reason. I have 2 of them. You guys can totally... No, you guys can't have them. I like my cats. My cats are good kitties. So you've got Zabu and then you've got Dim Sum. Dim Sum's older. She was our roommate's cat before he moved down to the next city over to be closer to like his job and stuff. Should I check out the Discovery pitch first? It's a 3-minute video, so if you guys do want to, it doesn't matter. We'll talk about that. I was thinking about talking about Jessica Price a little bit too. It's the first time a streamer's read my comment. Well, thank you so much for being here. I do try and read everybody's. I mean, if I don't get every single message, I try to at least hit everybody in the chat at least once. But yeah. I dated a girl in college that had 4 cats. I sneezed all the time. That's how I am with dogs. I get really allergic to dogs. Like, I don't think I could date somebody who had dogs because, like, man, I'm so I like dogs. They're cute, but I'm so allergic. Like, it was a nightmare when people in the house had dogs, too. And it wasn't just, like, 1 or 2 dogs. It was, like, 7 or 9 at one point, I think. I don't remember. I think it was, like, 7 at one point because she was doing foster stuff. And, you know, some people's hearts are in the right place, but they don't think it through sometimes. But, man, so I've got the fan on me. I probably don't need it on me. It's just making my allergies act up a bit. Lord. Forecast psychologist trending towards crazy cat lady awful fast. It is. It is a little bit. It is, I always worry when I see people with, like, more than 4. Because I think 2 is a great number. I like cats a lot. I love them. I think 2 is, like, the perfect number of cats. So anytime I see people with more and more and more, like, I know somebody who had, like, 10 cats. And it sucks because if you're a cat person, people will find you and be like, hey, I found this cat near my house. Do you want it because you like cats? And it's really hard to not fall into that, you know, people giving you cats sort of thing. Give me more videos so I can like them. I make videos pretty much every day. I made one about Star Trek Discovery. I did, let's see, sometime, I'm gonna try and get Doomcock back on. He has been so extraordinarily busy. Like, I felt bad. I'm like, Do you want to be on my stream with me? And, like, I know he's kind of exhausted. He sounded exhausted on Midnight's Edge last night. I'm like, oh god, he's probably exhausted. But you know what? I always want to extend the offer to him because he is my favorite YouTuber of all time, and he has such like a special place in my YouTube sort of mindset that like when he releases a video, I click on it as soon as I can. So you know, and there's not a lot of YouTubers out there that are like that for me, and you know, I love all the High Council guys. I love Jeff on World Class Bullshitters. I love Jeremy on Geeks and Gamers. I love Uncle Ethan. But, you know, just Doomcock, I will click on one of his videos right away. Doomcock sounded tired. He was uncharacteristically quiet. Doomcock, Tom, and Rob all sounded half asleep. I think, well, it was so late, too. I mean, remember, Rob's like an hour later. Oh yeah, and I will be on Midnight's Edge After Dark tonight with Ren from Ren Rants. You should totally check out her channel. I don't get a chance to watch her that much, and she doesn't upload a whole lot, but she has some great like anti-Star Trek Discovery videos, and she does more political stuff too. I think she's moving all of her political stuff, but just listen to the replay. They're all pretty punchy. And hello, Captain April. Also, subscribe to Captain April. He's another awesome YouTuber in our family here. Hello, Leather Apron. Welcome. Your name is why I watch you and your content. Well, thank you so much. Yeah, I did, like, I was really, really worried. Like, I was scared to death with changing my format because I've been wanting to trickle in more vlog style stuff for months. And I've been kind of doing it. I've been slipping it in without people really getting too upset by it. And dealing with the whole like last year when Star Trek and the Orville came out, and that's like all I was thinking about was Star Trek and the Orville, and I realized, you know, I'm just not feeling gaming. I just don't care. Mod, please. I'm a mod. I'm absolutely a moderator. Do I like your profile picture? It looks like Hatsune Miku. So, yes. And hello, Holdo's Muff. That is, like, the best username. I need a better username. I do not have good usernames at all. Hello, Stupid Rock Show. Are you sleeping? Don't sleep at me. Do not sleep at me. God. So today's been kind of a mix of like, okay, I need to make a video, I need to live stream, I need to do something. So I put out on Twitter, like, do you want to stream or do you guys want me to stream or make a video? And if you don't follow me on Twitter, totally follow me on Twitter. I am there. That is the best place to get a hold of me because I get notifications like on my tablet it just pops up. So that's the best place to kind of get a hold of me. Oh my god, Cardboard Kenny, thank you so much. You don't have to donate. But thank you so much. Also, check out Cardboard Kenny's channel. He's been making cardboard models of Doomcock, the entire reactor room, the lair. He's got a little Harvey in a jar that looks like a containment field. It's awesome. So he says, I came, I donated, I went to work, and this dating site still hasn't gotten me any results. I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. Keep random may change the game user 42 part. I know. Well, I think I'm like it's too late. You know, I think it has become kind of a meme on itself. Just kind of like MXR plays. He doesn't actually do Let's Plays on that channel. It's just him and Jeannie reacting to stuff. And dear God, I've been watching so much of that. It is crazy. I absolutely love her on the show. Like, I don't know who the MXR guy is, but man, like the girlfriend, shit. I absolutely love her. Just, she does the noises and just the voice. She's such a voice actress. So, God, if you guys haven't watched that, I know it's kind of an odd thing, but Seraph turned me onto it, so. What's the last game I beat? It was probably either South Park Fractured Butthole or maybe Mario Odyssey, and I only beat it, like, the main story. Mario and Rabbids was a good one, too, but I think I played that before. Let me scroll back. What did I miss? Give me a hashtag allergy fun. Oh no. Yeah, Cardboard Kenny does have a lot of cats. Thanks for the plug. Have a good day. Well, thank you so much for being here. Yeah, I think one of my dreams with YouTube is to, like, instead of doing like YouTube, maybe turn it into like podcasting instead of like gaming, because you know, I think, like, I watch, well, one of my favorite podcasts is Cox and Crendor in the morning, and that sort of formula, I think, would work so well. Like, I would love to have, like, you know, myself and Doomcock do something like that, because he is such he's such an entertainer, and I'm such a kind of goofball sometimes myself, that and we have so many like similarity and similar thought processes sometimes. Like we have very random word association sort of issues. I think it might be kind of entertaining, or it might be a complete train wreck. So I would love that. And I would love to have like Cardboard Kenny come on and do some sort of segment, because Cardboard Kenny is such an awesome personality. You know, I think having him in like a podcast sort of family would be great. You know, I'm kind of like, my dream is to have something like a Howard Stern show sort of thing. So Hunky Chunky Funky Monkey says, I was gaming when I got notified. Not many people had stopped a game for. Well, thank you so much. You don't have to stop a game for me. I mean, this is kind of the thing. I have 2 monitors, so I'll have like a game on one screen and then like a stream going in another when I have time to game. I mean, like normally this would be the time of day when I would do a live stream of a game. And so few people show up for live streams of games. It's kind of crazy. Should be called Randoomcock42, or Randoom, I guess. How did you get started with Doomcock? I was an annoying fangirl, I think. It's more of a, I think it's, you know, Midnight Edge shouted him out. I went and checked the channel. I'm like, yes, this is the channel for me. So it's one of those things, you know, he's so funny, so. I usually run games in a window while watching streams. Well, yeah, and that's a lot of what I do. And hello, Angry Mr. Flibble. Hello, Lord Blue Eyes Frankie G. Also, go subscribe to Lord Blue Eyes Frankie G. He's an awesome gaming YouTuber. He streams in the evenings, and he does a lot of multiplayer stuff. And he's such a great gaming family over there, too. He's super busy, but stopping to drop that like, much love. And thank you so much, Lord Blue Eyes. Yeah, like, I want to try and bring all the channels up that I can as well with like, and that's one of the things like Jeremy is really good at with Geeks and Gamers. He's bringing all these awesome people like John Talks Star Wars in, and Odin's Movie Blog, and I have talked to Jeremy a little bit. I know he's super busy. I know I am super busy. Like tonight, I know they were doing the High Council, and I know I'm going to be over on Mead tonight. But, I mean, I really love that this community is not competitive with each other, you know? Like, if somebody is streaming that I know and that I know is part of our community, I have no problem dropping a link and saying, yeah. And that's the same thing with Odin's Movie Blog. If you guys watch him at night, like, he will say, yeah, we understand, you know, that there are different streamers for different people. And we all kind of are in the same family. So, you know, it just depends on who you want to watch talking. The Doomcock Marauders podcast. That would be awesome. Hello, Vokulven. What did you miss? Not that much. We've just been talking. The quartering. Yeah, I do watch the quartering every now and then. I do. I don't get to that much. Okay, look at your new Fortnite montage video. Maybe in a bit. Put it in a comment section. I don't want to like stop the stream to like go over and do that, but yeah, definitely put it in a comment and I'll check it out. Once you see one of Doomcock's thumbnails, you just have to check out the video. Exactly. You know, and that's one of those. That's one of those things, like, you kind of you can immediately know, okay, this is a special YouTuber. Like, for me, you know, I've been watching Midnight's Edge for years. And there's so many things that I've kind of taken from and been inspired by from them, you know, like when I was playing Kitty Powers Matchmaker and I was getting a lot of little kids watching that, even though it's a game made by a British drag queen and it has filled with sexual innuendo. I'm like, oh crap, we got a lot of little kids on the channel. Let me move the kind of hentai games over to another one and I'll call it After Dark because Midnight's Edge has an After Dark. So I totally stole that from them. And that channel's kind of been rebranded as a second, like, Rants and Reviews channel. So it's, if this one ever gets taken down, I do have the spare channel. But yes, Odin is good. Yeah, I like Odin. Odin's really great. It'd be great for them to get you and Doomcock on the High Council. They're super welcoming. Doomcock has been on the High Council. I would love to do a High Council appearance. I don't know if I would. I don't know if I'm like big enough YouTube wise to make an appearance on the High Council. Like the changeover in my channel has been very recent. And I like to kind of break down my channel based on like when people subscribed and for what. Because I had about 200 good subscribers for doing like Kitty Powers Matchmaker back in the day. And visual novels and just gaming. And gaming Let's Plays. I would do like a 20-minute gaming Let's Play without the camera and just upload it. And then I started getting like thousands of subscribers for Yokai Watch, which really sucked because that game was like, I mean, it was great to get subscribers, don't get me wrong, but once you get like kind of stuck with one game, then your channel just gets, it just gets weighed down by one game, and it really sucks. So I think gaming is just not for me, because I'm all over the place as far as my interests. But oh, sorry, I meant both of you together. Dewcock's first High Council is how I found him. Fell in love with his humor. Yeah. Oh man, that would be cool. That would be. Well, I mean, the High Council, though, you really need fewer people on. Because if you guys remember his appearance on the second High Council, when they had all three and him, it's kind of hard for everybody to talk over each other. I think 3 is a great number for... 3 or 4 at max is a great number for High Council stuff. So it almost seems like the High Council shows are better when there's only like 2 people there and one person's gone. Just so you can get all the voices heard, and you're not stepping over each other. But hello in Canada. Somebody... Sid, I can't pronounce your name, but you say hello from Canada. Hello in Canada. Jeremy always says if he got 70,000 subs, he wants everyone to have 70,000 subs. Exactly. Jeff at World Class Bullshitters always says he's happy to shout out up-and-comers and help out. Love to see that kind of attitude. And that's why I love these channels. You know, they don't act like it's a competition. They don't act like you have to go through them to do something before, or like in the same style. You know, I think, like, after I posted yesterday's video with the episode 9 stuff, I'm like, oh crap, I think Jeremy put that "we don't care" as a tag in one of his videos like a month ago. And I'm like, you know, yeah, but it's okay. He's not going to be pissed if I use that, I don't think. I'm pretty sure he won't. Like, and if he does, I'm so sorry. Like, I didn't even think that that's like the exact same tag he put in a video one time. But whatever. Mention my name there. I'm fighting to get past 700. Yeah. And hello, Seraph. Welcome. I think I need a slightly better computer to join in one of these panel discussions. If you have like a tablet or a smartphone, you should be able to do those. But I know a lot of that is like this. Or a lot of those can work like that. I know my tablet works fine with Skype and Discord and Google Hangouts. The problem with Skype on my tablet is that, like, if I'm on Skype with, like, for a podcast or something with somebody, on my computer I have to have my tablet completely off, because it'll try and use my tablet for my microphone, because it's like the same account, which sucks. The Quartering has been an interesting channel to watch develop. I found him before Wizard of the Coast. SJWs went after him and banned him. It's been quite a journey for him. Yeah, I actually find myself watching a lot more of The Quartering than I realized. And I'm like, holy crap, I have not subscribed to this channel yet. And he kind of goes after a lot of the stuff that I kind of go after, and then things that kind of bother me about pop culture and Twitter and all this stuff. I'm definitely a Twitter war sort of person. That'll be cool. He knows how the YouTube algorithm works. I know. So, and Jeremy's such a cool guy. I like feel bad that I end up watching him less than like Jeff, but you know, world class bullshitters. But I just, dude, World Class did a hangout of Return of the Living Dead. That's one of my all-time favorite movies. You know, so sometimes the Star Wars stuff I'm a little less inclined to click on, and so, you know, sometimes I'll be like, oh, you're watching zombie movies? I watch zombie movies. It's kind of cool. Today has been a good day trying to fight the good fight against Drekkie trolls. Yes. Yeah, I've seen some of your wars with that guy. That guy I had to mute a while ago, because he just wants to provoke. He's just one of those people who just kind of, he'll poke you in the side, and then you'll be like, stop poking me, and then he'll do this. He's like, I'm not poking you, I'm not touching you. What are you gonna do? I'm not touching you. So you smack his finger away, and then he's like, you hit me. Why'd you hit me? That's exactly the type of guy that so if you guys don't know what we're talking about, I don't want to mention this person by name, but just check Seraph's Twitter. And his name on Twitter is the same as here. And he's been defending one of our good friends from the whole Star Trek community. Star Trek: The Original Timeline. She's been kind of going through, I think it's a woman. I'm pretty sure she's a woman. If you're not, please forgive me. But she's been going through a whole bunch of crap with some of these people on the Star Trek. All right, you can stay down there. With people in like the Star Trek community on Twitter, and they've just been kind of horrible. So please, no brigading though. Yeah, and yeah, don't attack him. But if you just want to see what's going on, yeah, and that's the other thing. I don't condone like organized gang up group attacking of anybody, but man, if you do want to know what we're talking about there. Notice me, senpai, I have something to say. I've been trying to notice everybody. Did you notice that YouTube is acting up when you run it on Edge or Firefox? I've only run it on Chrome. I only run it on Chrome because a long time ago, nothing else worked. Hello, Matt Deckard. Welcome. Yeah, also subscribe to Matt Deckard. He's got a channel. And he's an actual Hollywood person. They're fighting over STD again. Yeah, they're always fighting. They love to rub it in your face that it's canon. That's like their only thing that they have is like, yes, but it's canon, so you have to like it and you have to accept it. It's like, well, you know, there's episodes of Star Trek I don't like so much. You know, there's episodes of the original series that I don't like so much. And then there's episodes that, you know, like of Discovery, which make me so mad I want to punch something. Hello, Odin's Movie Blog. Also, yeah, we were just talking about you. Subscribe to Odin's Movie Blog. Absolutely. Just left you some story ideas on your last video. Well, thank you so much. God, I'm like, you know, I have my makeup on. I might as well stream because I don't want to waste eyeliner before I go wash my face and scrub everything off. But so it sounds like STD isn't STD. Yeah, Star Trek Discovery is bad. Voyager and Enterprise are canon. There's a lot of crap in there. There is. Bleentron says, Twitter, everything is horrible. Also, hello. But I swear in a couple of decades we're still here. If we're still here, we'll be looking back on Twitter and going, what the fuck were we thinking? I think so too. Yeah, I think a lot of the things with Twitter, like I really have to watch myself and be like, God, I just don't care. I just don't care about you. Oh Lord! I mean, there is one thing I do want to respond to on Twitter while I have it up. Holy crap! I'm not centered. That's because I had just made this video where I talked about this lady, that woman. So I was like, my chair's still scooted over wrong. Who said women can't be captains? Nobody. Nobody said women can't be captains. Actually, no, there was something that the Tellarites, I think, had objected to women commanding Constitution-class ships, but they had women in charge of pretty much everything else. You know, women were admirals, but they just couldn't be like a captain of a ship to appease the Tellarite sort of thing. As far as I remember, I could be completely wrong on this. Sometimes my Trek knowledge is a little lacking, and I was worried, like, you guys are going to call me out on, you don't remember this exact thing from this exact episode on Star Trek. I'm old. I've forgotten more things than I think a lot of people have ever learned. That's some Star Trek Continues, though, but I felt it should be canon. Well, see, and that's the thing. I just consider Star Trek Continues canon anyway. I mean, that was the episode with Aaron Gray, right? Like, crap. That's Star Trek Continues is canon. I'm sorry. I don't... It's more canon than Discovery because it actually looks like it. They just have different actors playing the roles. But, I mean, the spirit of the show is the same. The set's the same. The costumes are right. It's canon. I'm sorry. Broads, dames, skirts, admirals are all the same. That makes sense, kind of like Ferengi. You move left. This way? Just to be a little more centered. That's what you guys want. The chat is so fast that Senpai can't notice me. It's not that fast, actually. It's pretty manageable. Expect us to remember every detail. We're not computers. Well, maybe Data is. I know. Yeah, they do. No, I think people have been pretty understanding that, like, I have a lot of crap in my brain at all times. My brain will process 50 things and it will form like crazy conspiracy theories for no reason with no evidence, just like a couple of dots here and there that don't even make sense. It's crazy. Oh Lord. Voyager wasn't great. It was basically Lost in Space, but Phil felt like Star Trek and did not contradict canon. Yeah, and there were some stupid episodes, like the Salamander episode. That was kind of dumb. I mean, there was a few episodes with Janeway that I don't agree with, but I was watching somebody recently and they were saying with Janeway, a lot of it wasn't Janeway. It was a lot of the writing that was inconsistent, and that's kind of pretty accurate, I think, with Voyager. TOS, all of there is just a turnabout intruder and the ravings of a crazy woman. Group in the 90s watching Voyager. Good memories. I was so excited for a female captain for Voyager back when I was a teenager. I would schedule things around it because I had therapy sessions. Like, I think it was. Because I was like a bratty kid. So I had a therapist that I had to like change nights just so I could watch Voyager. That's how sad of a Star Trek fan I was. But yeah, I was a teenager in the 90s. Kate Mulgrew had many a tussle with the writers. Yeah, and well, Kate Mulgrew, I think she was... I have such respect for Voyager as a show, though, because it tried... It was like all of like the 3 main 90s Star Trek shows all had something completely different about them, but they were all Star Trek, and they all felt like Star Trek, and they all matched, and they all looked like they matched, and they were part of the same universe. And I think that's one of my biggest issues with Discovery, is it doesn't match. It doesn't look like it even takes place in the same universe. Look at this from a different perspective. You read everything, but that's what I want you to read. Oh no. What do you want me to read? Kate Mulgrew, aka Mrs. Columbo. I don't think I ever saw Columbo. Voyager needed to have the guts to take the chances that DS9 did with the writing. They played it too safe. Yeah, there was one episode of Voyager I really wish. This one just kind of sticks in my head, where Janeway destroyed all of the medical research that basically Space Dr. Mengele acquired from doing experiments on people, and she just destroyed all this medical research, and it really, really bothers me. Like, dude, all those people just died in vain. They were tortured for nothing. You won't even benefit from their torture. And that bothers me so much to my core. I can kind of understand why she would destroy it. Why she would be like, no, I'm just not going to use this. This is, you know, this is basically like somebody robbing a bank or something, and then you saying, no, I can't take your ill-gotten gains. But man, it bothers me to my core that she did that. Hey, random, gotta go. I'll see you again. Well, thank you for being here, Kiki the cutie. It's not that it doesn't look like another universe. It's totally a different universe, unless the Enterprise have a massive expansion brackets and it's a new universe. Yeah, and that's one of the problems I have with Discovery. It's clearly its own thing. It was way before your time. Oh no. Oh, I do remember Columbo. I'm 39, so I'm old. I'm an old person. I was a kid. I do kind of remember Columbo a little bit. I just didn't watch it. Not much, anyway. Like Columbo and Kojak and a lot of those. Man, there's so many of those I just didn't watch. I want to see how the journey wore them down, just not mentally, but physically, showing the ship become an assortment of scavenged parts. That would have been nice on Voyager, had it kind of turned into more Battlestar Galactica, where you pick up more crew along the way. They did pick up a few crew members here and there, but they were always Borg. I kind of wish they would have picked up, like, come across, oh, this planet got destroyed and we need to save you, and like just more of like, well, I mean, they did with Kess, and they did with Neelix a little bit. They brought those people back, but I thought you were way younger. Well, thank you so much. Mrs. Columbo was an early 70s attempt at a spinoff. Okay, well, that I wouldn't remember, but I did grow up on a lot of 60s and 70s TV. But yeah. I know, I look young and I seem young, but I'm kind of an old grumpy person. And yeah, I have like Ren and Stimpy toys, but notice I don't have like Steven Universe or Adventure Time. I'm an old person. And that stuff is beneath me. No, it's not. No, it's not. I thought Voyager was going to be more like Battlestar Galactica. Yes, exactly. That one was so also odd because being a holodeck character, they should have complete control over Space Mengele. So I could have just gone into computer, remove evil bits or whatever, and been fine. Yep. Voyager's Year of Hell episode 2. Two-parter. Should have been a whole season. It should have been. It could have been. Am I a fan of Legion? I've never seen Legion. I am like so scared to watch anything new because I don't want to piss off people if I don't like it. So like with The Expanse, people keep saying, oh, The Expanse is so good, you'd love The Expanse. I don't think people know my taste as well as they think they do. Because now the more I'm hearing about The Expanse is that it's political. And I think I would probably blow my brains out if I had to sit through a political drama. I'm sorry. Like, I can take it in, like, Babylon 5, because Babylon 5 has such a special place in my heart, but... Isn't Legion that X-Men TV show? I don't know. I really don't know much about it, actually. I think it's, and this is sad. I watch Nerdrotic sometimes, because, like, they're another part of our whole family here on YouTube. I hear them talk about Legion, but man, I just sometimes when I hear reviews or when I hear people talk about shows that I'm not watching or have no idea about, it just kind of goes in one ear and out the other sometimes. Watch The Gifted instead. Well, I watched 3 episodes of Legion and didn't go back. I have not heard about The Gifted either. You probably hate everything others love, probably. Probably. Anytime something gets, like, too popular, I'm like, oh, okay, there's something wrong with this. I'm actually kind of worried that certain YouTubers I like, once they get too popular, I'll be like, and now I need to go find, like, a YouTuber with 200 subscribers, like, fuck. There's a couple of them I watch. There's some guys in the Midwest that I'll watch from time to time that, basically, they have a series called B-Flicks and Bong Hits or something, and they're basically get high and riff bad movies on their channel. So I watch them sometimes. They're pretty funny. And it's just like all off the top of their head. It's just kind of, and they only have like 150 subscribers. Holodeck spell check. Oh, I'm sorry. The Homodeck would be a Stewie Griffin. Did I miss Homodeck? Okay, now I gotta go back and find that, because I was blabbing. I totally have succumbed to a holodeck addiction. I also get the time in there from other crew members. Episode The Addict. Yeah, holodeck addiction. I would probably be a holodeck addict. I don't know, depending. Like, I can't do virtual reality stuff because I get really, really motion sick. So as long as the holodeck is different than that. But I think that maybe, like, if too many people ended up using the holodeck, it'd be like, everybody uses that, I don't want to. Or everybody teleports, I'm gonna use the shuttle, damn it, just to be different. I'm such a hipster. I'm the worst kind of hipster. Because I don't even acknowledge hipsters. Would you be on a space station like DS9 or a ship like Voyager? Probably a space station. I would say a space station, because Garrick. Come on, a chance to flirt with Garrick all day? Seriously? Why is the holodeck sticky? I didn't do it. It's up on the holodeck like, Nog, it's only a paper moon. No, and it's only a paper moon. Yeah, living on the holodeck wouldn't be terrible. I need to go back and rewatch Deep Space Nine. I think I've only seen it all the way through maybe twice. And I started watching season 1 again not too long ago. Did you have daily lunches with Garrick? Yes. Absolutely. I'd be like Reg Barkley on the holodeck. Oh, Reg Barkley. Poor Barkley. I always felt so bad for him. Like, at least he kind of redeemed himself. He became one of my favorite characters. But, man, he was cool. I also liked Suter on Voyager, but I kind of have a thing for having cool guest stars on, so... Well, the cooler the guest star, the better, I think, in my opinion. My Star Trek crush is Garrick, kinda. Sadly, yes. Sadly, yes. I can relate most with Reg. Yeah, I'm probably more similar to Tilly in a lot of ways because I am so socially awkward. You probably wouldn't guess it too much on like YouTube, where I can choose what I can respond to, or I can like completely ignore something and nobody's gonna get mad at me for completely ignoring something. But yeah, like in real life, one-on-one with people, I'm like, okay, I have nothing to talk to you about. This is small talk. I don't know small talk. Yep, that weather is a thing that we can't control. Got it? I'm so awkward. Even have his action figure. Awesome. That is cool. I didn't know they made a Barkley action figure. Everybody likes the Doctor, but no one wants to bang them. Oh, like on Star Trek? I don't know. The Doctor on Voyager was alright. I mean, maybe. Hello, Sav! Welcome! Janeway is my biggest crush. As a young man, I became enchanted with older women because of her. Well, that works. That works. Sometimes, I guess sometimes older women can be, can do it for a person. I certainly, for me anyway, like, my crushes on TV shows and movies and music tend to be older people, like, So somebody put something out about Eric Burden on Twitter the other day, and I'm like, is it sad that that's kind of like my time machine sort of crush? Like, I would totally use a time machine to go back and see the Animals live and be like, truly fangirl. Absolutely. And it's sad because I could probably do that now because he still tours, but well, banging your doctor could be kind of awkward. Yeah, I know. It would feel kind of inappropriate almost, you know? It'd be like having a crush on Doctor Who or something. Or like if Eliza and Higgins were banging on My Fair Lady. It's just one of those things you don't think of. It's just so awkward sometimes. Welcome back, Captain April. The Barkley figure was re-released. A re-release of the A-Team Murdoch figure with a Trek shirt on. Probably. Hey, you play gamer. Do I play what? You play gamer what? Sorry, Crusher got sexy with a candle ghost. I remember that one. Oh my god. Oh my god, the candle ghost. And here I thought that was like in season 1 or season 2. But no, it's like season 7 when they were good. It had no excuse for that candle ghost. That was such a Are You Afraid of the Dark sort of episode. It was such a Goosebumps sort of episode. So funny. What do you think of the next Doctor Who? Doctor Who is... God, I want to give it a chance because there's no Moffat. I don't care if it's a man or a woman. I really would have preferred it being a long time ago when they made her a woman, though. Because I think doing it now is just so distasteful with all of the gender swapping and... With all of the race baiting, gender baiting, queer baiting, and all this crap that we're going through in entertainment now, to kind of have that as a thing where you have to have this forced diversity in your casting on BBC shows, because that's like a new law, isn't it? Where all the shows have to have a certain percentage of this ethnic group and that ethnic group to kind of show the diversity of the UK, which you know. It's a nice sentiment, but having it forced like that is I really have an issue with. Candle Ghost was played by Major Kira's boyfriend Shakar. Major Kira was in and out of bed with like everybody, wasn't she? Didn't she have she had like freaking what's his name? Vedic Barile. She had him for a while, and she had Odo, and she had like, Kira had a lot of boyfriends over the course of the show, right? Tom Baker or nothing. I do like Tom Baker. Absolutely. Can you imagine a spin-off called Dalek Wives? Oh my god. That would be funny. Be right back. I actually have to work for a bit. Oh, I'm so sorry, Vocal then. But thank you for being here. I also have more interesting conversations with people here than I do in real life, so maybe it's not so bad. That's one of the things. That is definitely one of the things. Oh, and Ducat constantly trying to get in Kira's pants. Well, I will applaud the actress for sticking to her guns, because they were going to have Kira and Ducat sleep together. And I applaud her for sticking to her guns and saying, no, Kira would never do that. So they did write in eventually that, yeah, her mother did, just to kind of save her family and give them a little bit better of a life. And man, that's a hard one. I think having her mother have that relationship with him was probably a more interesting way to go than having her sleep with him, because yeah, she would never sleep with him. There are people like that I have been pissed off at who I will never sleep with because I'm pissed off at them, you know, and that's like never going to be a thing. So Take out the trash, obey. Oh no. Who's better in bed, Odo or Yaphet? Probably Yaphet, because he's more interested in human women. I would say Yaphet. Odo seems so awkward. Odo very much uptight. I think Odo is kind of like how I am in real life. A lot of the ways, like, yep, you're a person. Why are you touching me? What are you doing? I'm such a stick in the mud sometimes. At least I've noticed that in my real life. Major Kira is hot. She was hot. Yeah, they definitely, until like recently, they really made a point to cast very attractive actresses and actors for Star Trek roles. And like recently they've just been, I mean, somebody like Saru, yeah, he's you definitely have like an actor who has that body type, and you want to utilize him and make him an alien for sure. But there's just not a lot of eye candy on Discovery. I mean, maybe I'm old. Maybe I'm just getting old and there's just not a lot of eye candy, but who knows? I said Odo is awkward in bed. I think he would be. Yeah, the Intendant Kira was very hot, but the Intendant Kira was sleeping with Dax, so yeah. Or one of the incarnations of Dax. I know it was probably Ezri. I need to go back and rewatch those. It's been a while. It has been a while since I watched Deep Space Nine. But no, I think Odo would be very awkward in bed. I think Odo would be a confused and standoffish lover. I think he might be very attentive, but he would probably be very awkward. I fell in love with Kira from her first scene, just from her attitude. Yeah, sometimes, like, some guys do like the angry, strong, powerful women sometimes. Grudge sex is good. God, that's like, there's just something, like, about angry sex that, like, I think it makes Discovery worth watching, maybe. That's more of my personal life than you need to get into, though. Back to work. Glad I got to watch for a bit. Well, thank you for being here, Holdo's Muff. Intended Kira makes the mirror universe sexy. Space Hitler makes the mirror universe a turn-off. Well, even Space Hitler, like, she's having sex with her clothes on, for crying out loud. She goes up to two Orions, or I think they're Orions, and she has the guy and the girl in bed with her, and she gets off through her clothes, I guess. You know, you couldn't have the actress, or any of the actors or actresses that we might actually want to look at naked. You gotta give us Klingon boobs. It's so crazy. I don't know why they do that. My crush on DS9 was Lita, the Dobble Girl. Lita. Yeah, okay, I totally forgot about her. I do use her quite a bit in timelines. Not for that. But no, I've got a really good Lita from God, the Mirror Universe, I think, or something. I've got a really good Lita that I use in timelines. I'm so dumb. The one thing Roddenberry learned was the second pilot is that skin sells. STD needs more skin. I wasn't expecting the Klingon porn. Yeah, like, Discovery does need some more. Well, they do have one crew member in a skirt from the trailer. Too bad she's, like, it looks like she's wearing pants underneath it, or tights. She doesn't look like she's wearing pantyhose. She looks like she's wearing, well, they're getting, like, off-the-rack boots and stuff. They don't have somebody making them. They, like, went to Payless and just bought something on clearance, or had her bring in something, is what it looked like. Like, okay, what type of boots would you wear for a Star Trek uniform cosplay? And so they've got some actress, like, with Pike when they're walking through the halls and stuff, and you see her in a skirt. But man, like, she's wearing pants under her skirt, and it's so weird. The heart wants with the heart wants. Hello, DA Gaming. Best girls on Enterprise were the dancers eating the bugs in the pilot. So who are the best girls on Enterprise? Well, Sub Commander Hottie. You got her, but I don't know. She kind of plays the same character in everything. If you've seen Jolene Blaylock over on, she did a couple of episodes of SG-1, Stargate SG-1, and she's pretty much playing T'Pol. She's pretty much playing the exact same character. I liked Hoshi Sato in Enterprise. I have a thing for women who speak multiple languages. Yeah, Hoshi. I liked Hoshi a bit more on my rewatch than I did initially. She was very much. Oh, she was kind of a believable sort of crew member. I think what they're doing with Tilly is they're kind of taking Hoshi to the extreme with Tilly, and I don't know if it's I think they might be kind of overdoing it a bit with Tilly, because Hoshi already had her issues of anxiety, and she already had stuff, and she overcame it over the course of the series. Sub Commander Hottie. Bleentron says, weirdly, I never had a crush on any Star Trek character. Uhura was the original hot translator. She was. People always forget about Uhura, but yeah, she was stunning. People always forget that. STD looks like they've gone shopping at the thrift store. Well, same thing with the freaking Teen Titans thing. yeah, there were so many people just going nuts on the Titans, like that hooker outfit. And people are like, oh, you're just racist because you're calling her a hooker. Every hooker image that I pulled up was of a white woman dressed like that. So, same thing with striptease. Like, I Google image searched it. Google even was pulling up white women. You know, the color of her skin had nothing to do with it. Who is my TOS crush? I did not know that about you, Seraph. I don't think I have a TOS crush. Dr. Crusher is a doctor. As Doctor Who, there's a crossover. Yeah, Dr. Crusher as the Doctor on Doctor Who, maybe. I still kind of want the Mighty Boosh guys more involved with Doctor Who. I think one of them has been on one episode, maybe. I think they actually got Julian Barrett on a Doctor Who episode. I kind of want him to be the Doctor because I think he would be good at it. I think he would be a stern yet could pull off some hilarity. Like Noel Fielding would be way too goofy to be a doctor, but I think Julian Barrett could definitely pull it off. He's kind of one of my choices. That and the guy who played Janice on Stargate Atlantis would definitely be my second choice for a doctor on Doctor Who. And I can't remember the actor's name, but if you guys remember the ancient storyline with Stargate Atlantis, where Dr. Weir meets the ancient, like the ancients, and yeah, that actor I would absolutely be the perfect doctor because he just has that twinkle in his eye that you really need in a doctor. You know, a doctor, like, he has so many of the qualities from like Tom Baker era, I think. Be right back, set lunch. Stay alive, I will find you. Well, I will be here for a little bit. I'm not going to stream for too long because I do have the Midnight's Edge thing later tonight, which I do want to at least try and look something up to talk about. I mean, there's a couple of topics, but... Okay, I'll keep you in my pocket as I head to lunch. Oh, thank you so much. Random is Doctor Who. I don't know if I'd want to be the Doctor. I don't know. I mean, I'd like to go to Cardiff where they film it. I didn't get to see any of Wales. I got to fly over Ireland. No, I think I did get to fly over a little bit of Wales because I think you go kind of down and over. But doctors need a good bedside manner. Bong Chihuahua. Absolutely. We're going to talk about Jessica Price here on Meet. I'd probably talk about her here. Let's see your thoughts on the proposed series I posted. Okay, now Pocket. I will definitely look at that. You know, let me pull out my tweet here. It's just on the display capture. All right. So this Jessica Price, she was still at it yesterday or 2 days ago when I responded to her. She's like, oh, right, where was I? Or, all right, where was I? Oh, right, staring at disgust in an industry that values a handful of trolls and neo-Nazis and a bunch of bots more than their female talent. And I hate that I can't edit, but I said, no, you're staring at an industry that finally did something about a toxic employee. But don't worry, some men will pay you good money to be nasty to them. Have you considered a career as a dominatrix? So I got this reply. I have no idea who that is. But then I got such a disgusting tweet. So sad that you want to use your time talking like that to other women instead of supporting. Yeah, and then of course I responded to that today. I only support women that are not sexist, racist, human garbage SJWs. Yay! So that is what I responded to this person as, and I didn't want to like spend a lot of time on this woman because I think she kind of is one of these human garbage SJW types that I just wish would kind of crawl under a rock and never come out again. That being said, so for people who don't know, she was part of the Guild Wars development team, and she had been going back and forth with people who had complaints about the game or complaints about whatever, and calling people, you know, all these racist, sexist terms against white men, basically. And her company finally did something about it, and they fired her, and now she is throwing a little shit fit and crying about it because they fired her. And that people support all of these, you know, she's basically just calling like half of the fan base of this game Nazis, or bots, or you know, trolls. And she says a handful, but you know, if it's just a handful, then ignore them, you know. And one of the problems with the things about her I don't remember the context. hopefully that, like, yeah, get woke and go broke. Yeah, hopefully my explanation of it, I don't know what she's responding to right there, but I just kind of know the type of things she's responding to, and I think it's still about her getting fired, and still about all that stuff, and I just saw that pop up in my feed. I'm like, oh, seriously, lady? So that's kind of, she probably doesn't read her responses anyway. But I figure if people kind of go through her Twitter feed and know what kind of garbage she is, then maybe they'll kind of see, oh yeah, we probably shouldn't hire her for anything. But SJWs are far left, moral, authoritarian bullies. They are. You know, and it makes liberals have a bad reputation. I think SJWs create more Trump supporters than anything. You know, they are the reason more people, I think, flock to voting for Donald Trump than anything. And I don't want to get into my own personal political views on stream, but I really, really think they're just like your parent being opposed to, like, you coming home with a boyfriend with, like, a leather jacket, a shaved head, and a million piercings and tattoos. You know, like, your parents will object to him and you will love him more, or they will embrace him and you'll be like, yeah, I don't like this guy that much. So when is the Midnight's Edge thing? Probably 8, I want to say. It's sometime this evening. It is sometime this evening. Absolutely. It's like, oh, you're a woman. You have to support other women even if you disagree with them. You're not allowed to have your own opinion. You should be a strong woman and not follow the white male narrative. I know, and that drives me nuts. That drives me nuts so much. And this might actually come up on Midnight's Edge tonight because we do have another woman talking to me about this type of thing. And it's kind of interesting to hear what other intelligent women have to say about this. So I think it's going to be like 8 Central, I think. I don't know. I'll tweet out an exact time once I know for sure. But yeah, it's definitely it should be called random talk. It kind of could be. They're insecure and they want to bring everyone down to their level. Yes. Well, I think that women now a lot of men probably don't realize this, but women from a very young age are kind of conditioned to excuse me, that we're kind of conditioned to kind of stick together and band together. Oh, sisters gotta stick to each other. We gotta stick up for ourselves. And once you're in kind of a female sort of circle, it really becomes a cult, and it's very quick and easy for a group of women who support each other because they're women to fall into this socially conditioned sort of emasculating practice of speaking negatively against men. And I see it all the time in commercials. And there was a video I did not too long ago where I mentioned a lot of these commercials that I see. And I even linked some of them. They're basically these sort of mentalities and practices are kind of trickled out in things like the Ghostbusters movies, through media, you know, but with the term man babies. All of this stuff. And you have this sort of group of women that are so conditioned and so susceptible to it. And even as a kid, I remember, you know, I'm like, oh my god, we need a female captain Voyager. I need to reschedule my life because I have to support this female captain on Voyager. I'm so excited. And then you kind of go back and realize, God, that is so sexist. Why was I like that? Because it was socially acceptable. It was normal, and it's still acceptable. And I think we're finally kind of getting to the point where people are realizing how sexist that is, and how emasculating it is, and how women who have to knock down men and tear down men and attack men are sexist. They are just flat out sexist. Then there's no reason for it. And there's no reason that we should support this or allow it in our industries, like game development, especially when you're like representing somebody. Like, there's a million great game developers out there who will be glad to have you throw their money at them. You don't need to throw money at people, you know. And I think any game that she's associated with, this Jessica Price woman, any game that she's associated with, we should just boycott. You know, we should make it so she can never work in the industry again if that's going to be her mentality, because she keeps at it. She doesn't apologize. She doesn't say, oh shit, I really crossed the line here. She doesn't get it. She's continuing. Even like yesterday, 2 days ago, she's still on this sort of warpath that men are the problem and that she's the victim for getting fired for speaking her mind about this. It's like, yeah, that's the problem, though. That would be like me insulting half of Midnight's Edge's viewers because for whatever reason. You think they would invite me back on the show ever if I did that? Do you think if I you know, said something shitty about Doomcock, he would ever associate with me again. No, like, and that's the thing. Like, you don't shit where you eat, basically. You don't bite the hand that feeds you. You don't do that sort of thing and expect to have a job about it, you know, or in that industry. It's just crazy. And I'm so sorry. I'm like really, really missing like everything you guys are saying. Captain April says, girls genuinely aren't raised with any sense of chivalry. That's why girl fights are so vicious. Girl fights are the most vicious things. Women are like throwing cats, like women or children, you know, it's the same analogy. But if you put two women together, sometimes we can get vicious. We can get petty. We can get nasty. And yeah, I've been trying my best to like rise above that quite a bit and not be like super jealous, vindictive. Like, why do you have another woman on your channel? Why do you have? But no, and that's like, it's such bullshit. Like I don't want to do that. It's such bullshit. They're like, why are you talking to somebody? Like, I don't care. You know, like if I see on like Seraph's Twitter feed or something, like, you know, I don't care. He's like, hey, boobs. I'm like, oh, I will look at the boobs. So it's funny. It's just funny like that. I don't know. I'm trying to like evolve a little bit more than your average person and not be so freaking petty, because women are so conditioned to be petty, and it's frustrating. It makes me kind of sad to be female sometimes, you know, because we're conditioned to fight each other, and we're conditioned to either fight each other or be supportive over nothing, no matter what, even when the woman's wrong. And it's bullshit. Like, I will call out somebody if they're behaving like a complete child. Good point. It's like saying triggers pull themselves. No, go on. Wait, they don't like man spread. Oh no, I think I'm behind on the chat here. Is Slimer a man baby now? Maybe. I mean, he might be. Well, he did have to go. He did only save the day because he had his lady Slimer in the car. So 63 degrees Celsius here at 10 p.m. I'm so sorry. Women can hold a grudge forever. Men will have a fight, shake hands, and have a drink together. And that's kind of how I am. I will get irritated at something for like a minute, and then I'll be over it so quick. And I'm like, damn it, I should have not been around anybody while I was irritated for something. And I think a lot of the time in real life circumstances, if I'm dealing with somebody who's not like that, it can be kind of awkward and difficult because I am over something immediately. I'm very much like a cat. Just distract me with something. Just dangle keys in front of me and be like, hey, you know, here's a shiny object. Yeah, here, dangle the Miku keychain thumb drive. Ooh, look, it says Hatsune Miku. You're distracted now. What are you talking about? Two hens in a house does not work most times. And that's kind of so weird. Like, I see these reality shows and I see these documentaries about like Mormons who have like 20 wives. How do you do that? Women fight. How do women not fight? Laser pointer. I do have a laser pointer in the other room for the cats. I see women kick the crap out of each other, and the winner still pick the loser. If I picked up the loser, it's not a male or female thing, it's a human thing to do. Yeah, and that's true. But I mean, one thing I do know about women versus men is that women who like actually commit violent crimes end up doing it for like the most personal reasons. Like a guy will this is from watching like too much Dateline NBC and shit and all these like true crime things. So a man will go through like and be a serial killer, and he'll kill somebody like accidentally if it's just a regular old murder, or he'll kill somebody like as a serial killer. He'll have like a type, and it won't be personal with any of them. A woman who will kill somebody will not only she will plot her revenge on the person, she will do it in the most vicious, brutal way possible, and it is like so disturbing how much more brutal. Like you hear stories of somebody like Ed Gein who saved parts of all these dead women and made furniture out of them. That's not nearly as brutal as some of the things that women do. Women will poison a man and watch him suffer for weeks. Oh man, like a woman will be there like like I was watching one where a woman married into some family and she poisoned the guy's parents in the most horrific way possible, like right in front of him. Dude, how are you? Yeah, misery. Like how Holy crap! And hello, Ricky Schnerstein. You're a military woman, she'll kill you in your sleep. Maybe. Oh, Lord. Women kill out of spite, yeah. Oh, the astronaut with it. Yeah, like, that's, like, crazy stuff. Dude, like, I always feel weird, like, following people on Twitter. Like, I don't want to be... I'm so odd about stuff. I don't know. Like, cause I think I'm sort of like I overcompensate for like other people's craziness, you know? Like, I thought I was weird writing fan letters to bands when I was a teenager, or going and getting their autograph. I thought that was kind of crossing the line. So you see a lot of these sort of instances that are like really crazy people things, and like, dude. As the song says, the female of the species is the most deadly. Yes. Filipino women will stab you for something that happened weeks ago. Oh, man. Or, God, Lorena Bobbitt. You remember her? Yeah, 3 words, John Wayne Bobbitt. You just read my mind, hunky, chunky, funky monkey. But yeah, so I kind of, when I see women on Twitter like this, and I see that type of thing, I always kind of assume that they're like one step away. Like the Jessica Price thing. I assume she's like one step away from going back to the office and like mowing them down or something. And I'm going to be so pissed if we predict that here. But I mean if you look at her over here, like she was fired like a month ago for that. Like, where is the I don't want to block her. I don't want to report her. I don't want to add a moment. I want to go to her Twitter page, because like she is like obsessed. She's kind of obsessed with a lot of this stuff. Or at least she seems to be. I don't know. I don't want to spend too long, but... I don't want to spend too long on her Twitter feed, but man, it's just crazy. Woman's murder strategy, otherwise known as a 5-year plan. Oh my god. Anyway, people are nuts. Wear a helmet. I know. I should probably change the subject to something that's going to be less annoying to me. But I study people. I observe, and that's kind of one of the things I do. I study people, and I study how they word things, and I study what they don't say. Hello, Eric Draven, welcome. Captain Kilius, because the Mirror Universe has different rules about captaining starships. Yes. At least men I know, we get in a fight, throw some punches, and go have a couple of beers and shots, and it's good as new. I know. And yeah, you insist Starfleet should have female captains. I don't know. Part of me thinks that women shouldn't be allowed in the workplace at certain times of the month, but that's such an archaic, insane thing to say. But man, like there are some days when I would have to deal with like women at work, and I work jobs that tend to have more females than males. Or you'll have a guy there, but he's like not there by choice. It's kind of like, I had to take this job. So I end up working with a lot of like women. And I don't think some of these women should be allowed out of the house some days. They just say the most horrendous things, and they're just so vicious and so brutal sometimes. But you've been watching Jordan Peterson. I have not. Hello, Ahmad Slimani. I'm so sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. And hello. I don't think I've watched Jordan Peterson. I just kind of say stuff. I just kind of come up with things off the top of my head. I never agreed with women pilots. It's called a cockpit after all. No, I just hate that like women take this sort of mentality where they're like, oh, but you should be on our team because you're a woman. Why do you go against your own kind? It's like, well, I go against the kind of anybody who's kind of hateful, racist, and sexist. I think deep down I might have like a complete fuck the world sort of mentality, but deep down I'm probably a bit of a humanitarian, and I want to fix this. And then there are ways to fix this. We just gotta grow up, all of us, myself included. I am petty, and or at least I can be, and I try to at least recognize it. But yeah, I can fly off the handle over nothing, absolutely. But watch a video called Bud Light Swear Jar. Every company needs this once a month. Oh no. What do you think of the Krypton TV series? It's a TV series called Krypton. I guess it's Superman. I don't really know. How dare they assume our gender? I know. But anger is like fire. Sure, it's nice to watch something burn, but it can be very dangerous to everyone involved. Exactly. Exactly. Like, I can think something like, you know, maybe the world would be a better place if it just got blown up and we could start over. And then I'm like, no, but that's a horrible thing to think. Don't think that. I think it's just, being so frustrated with the futility of the whole struggle. And people, like, one of the things that bothers me, people don't learn from other people's mistakes. You kind of have to go through and make your own mistakes. Press the button, release Harvey. Well, I do have a cunning plan involving that one. So here's the thing. Don't tell Doomcock. What we gotta do is you gotta get me to the center of the earth, to the lair, to the room I'm not allowed in, where Harvey's kept. And we've got to pull a whole Indiana Jones sort of thing while the containment field's down. So we gotta just slip Harvey off of his little pedestal and slip the stunt double on top of it. So then Harvey can be off stomping things before Doomcock even is done with his morning cup of coffee, right? That might be a terrible plan. That might be a terrible plan. It's exactly how I am. I want to fix the world. It's taken me a long time to accept that I can't, though. I can only try to help people. I know. I want to fix it. I want to do something that... I want to take everybody who has this mentality that men are less than women and say, are you really fucking that stupid? But... make this video private or Doomcock will know. Oh, I don't know if he'd watch it anyway. Doomcock may notice the universe being destroyed. Maybe. We're finally gonna release Harvey. Maybe. Maybe one of these days. Gotta start with a man in the mirror. I can already envision Doomcock doing a spit take upon realizing Harvey's out and about. I know. Well, I have such a perfect stunt double of him that I think we have a plan. I think it could work. Also, I think my camera's a little blurry. Why are you blurry? Is it doing the autofocus thing again? Oh, this camera. It's better than the old one, but man, I'm not happy with it. It's fixed. It's better than it was, but I think I just need to get a GoPro one of these days. So the next time I have like a few $100s laying around, that's on the list. That an Elgato Stream Deck. So I was going to get an Elgato Stream Deck so I could have all these pop-ups and stuff. Oh, thank you for being a random subscriber. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Oh, damn, I just noted Powdered Toast Man back there. Yeah, I have all the Ren and Stimpy figures. I even have Stimpy and I have Log. You can't really see them behind the guitar cases. The Doomcock coin Klingorks. Somebody in his Patreon thought up, I think it was Michael Ahrens who came up with Klingorks. He usually comes up with all of those. I like Kess from Star Trek Voyager before she went nuts. Yeah, Kess was cool. I look fine. Oh, thank you. I want a better camera. This is kind of this is not my choice of camera, but, you know, beggars can't be choosers. It was free. It was free. Alright, I guess I have less liquid than I thought. If you were on the USS Discovery, would you pick fights with Mikey Spock? I would probably pick fights, I would probably make comments about her. I would probably throw digs at her. Like, gee, because, you know, I would probably question everything. Like, there's an episode, the Harry Mudd time jump episode, or Groundhog Day episode, where she's like, yeah, this is probably beings from the fourth dimension. If I were there hearing that, I'd be like, and you know this because... Did they teach you that in the Vulcan Science Academy that you weren't allowed to go to? Yeah? No? How do you know? How do you know? You're just pulling that out of your ass to sound smart in front of the Klingon. Oh, you didn't know he was a Klingon? Everybody knew he was a Klingon. Hello, Chris Abrams. Welcome. Klingorks, you're kidding me. That is exactly what they're called. They kind of look like orcs. They don't look like Klingons. God, I wonder if I can pull up an image of it. I have no idea where they are. I have the Tribble one. I don't know where I have the other one. Don't ruin STD for me. I plan on watching it someday. Probably just before the world comes to an end. Oh no. Yes, it's Log. It's better than bad. It's good. I do have Log. I do have the Log toy. God, let me see if I have a picture of the Klingorks. I probably do somewhere. It's on the desktop. It's on the desktop in my Star Trek screenshots, and I don't remember what episode. Probably 9. It's probably episode 9, because that's the bad one. This is the kind of stuff we have to look forward to in Discovery. No spoilers there, but so this is censored. I prefer your powdered toast man doll. Awesome. Why wouldn't you want that to be the last thing you watch? I'd go out happy. Yeah, so this is the nudity we get in Star Trek. I mean, I put the pictures on. Or actually, Sarah photoshopped that for me of the tribbles, but no, they actually. Shouldn't that be Luke suckling? God, that's the other thing. Oh my God. Between the Klingon boobs and Luke sucking off the milk cow thing, the booby monster. Oh God. We've had a shitty year for pop culture. We've had just the worst past year for some of the worst franchise garbage. Photoshop is amazing. I'm gonna get it off the screen. I should have warned you. I should have been like, don't look, it will melt your eyes. It will melt your face off. It's like opening the Ark. Rather Balana, thanks. Me too. Or the Duras sisters. No, B'Etor. Lursa, not so much. B'Etor, yeah. No more porn. Yeah, I mean, it's like Ethan's catchphrase. This better not be more porn. And more to come. Sneeze, Captain Marvel. Oh no, is Captain Marvel gonna be R-rated? Is it gonna be like a R? I don't think it's gonna be R-rated. No wonder Tyler Vaughn went insane. Well, and that's the thing. Like they give the Klingons 2 dicks. Which dick was he using? Were they implying that he couldn't satisfy her because he only had the one? Give me Kalar any day. It was porn. It was totally not porn. It was bad for pop culture. Yeah. Bring back 70s, 80s, and 90s TV. Bring back 60s TV. I'll take Get Smart. I'll take Man from U.N.C.L.E. over any of this stuff nowadays. There seems the type to wear a strap on, whether she's dating a man or a woman. Could be okay. You just gotta bounce back so hard that she comes when you're shoving back against her. I stole that from Brendan Burns. Totally awesome comedian that no one's ever heard of. Captain Kalar, yes. Oh yeah, Susie Plaskin, is that the actress's name? Yes. Kalar, or the female Q, or the Andorian, all of them. Hello, Wolfie the Tysplosion. How's it going? Yeah, I liked B'Etor better. My bad, forgot Gen X. Oh, Generation X is fine. I am technically Generation X, I think. Which is kind of cool. She should be playing #1. Yes. Susie Plaskin is #1, yeah. Well, I mean, Rebecca Romaine's gonna be okay. Was it Grilka who briefly married Quark? I think it was Grilka. I think it was. I know Quark married a Klingon for like a minute. That might be cute. Me too. You're dealing with little kids. I'm so sorry. Don't deal with little kids, Wolfie. Yeah, these streams are fun. I didn't know what else I wanted to do today. I've been trying to play an F chord on my guitar, so I think next time I get paid, I keep saying that. Next time I get paid and I actually have like more than $10 that I can use, I want to restring. I think I'm finally admitting defeat on my medium gauge strings. I cannot do an F chord to save my life. The distance between like the higher frets on the acoustic is like it seems very drastic. It seems like the guitar is a little too high up on the bridge versus everything. Not like Olivia Diabo as the young Q. Oh, she was fine. It's kind of my job. Stream moderation can be tough. I know. I moderate Doomcock streams, and he has like hundreds and hundreds of people. But he has cool people in his stream, though. Like it's not like a gaming channel where you have like half of the like 2 people are there for you, and then like 5 people are there to troll you. You know, it's a completely different crowd. This is why I wanted to get out of gaming, because the crowd is so different, and we have 30 people watching. I'm not even doing anything, just talking to you guys, and I really, really love that you guys are just hanging out. I don't feel like I'm doing anything. Like, I feel like I should be gaming or something to give you guys something to watch. Gaming audiences can be so angry, I know. Quality versus quantity. Yeah, that too. And the last of my kind, Gen X. Some would call me Xenial. Yeah, the Gen Xers are kind of... There's a lot of... we always got called slackers and stuff, and I was a young Gen Xer too, because I was like in my teens in the 90s when a lot of the Gen Xers were like 19, 20. So that's definitely one of the things that I kind of wish I were maybe like 5 years older so I could have appreciated the 90s a little more than I did. As it was, I did get to go to a million concerts, but I like these live streams while I'm at work. Well, thank you so much. Moderate Running Riot 4798 streams. We have at least 4 bands per stream. Yeah, that happens. That definitely happens. And that's how you end up with like 5,000 dead subs, like my channel. Well, and I always get so hurt when I see like, okay, well, I've got a lot more views on videos and I've got more engagement and the view time is up. And, you know, the super chats are up. And so we're actually making some revenue from that. But then I see like the subscriber count go down, or I'll see like my trailer reaction video for Star Trek Discovery where I explicitly say, I point out as many things as wrong with it as possible. And people are like, oh my god, you're just nitpicking. Yeah, that's what the video was, you know, and I have like 40 thumbs down and 40 thumbs up on Star Trek Discovery trailer breakdown. And that kind of gets to me. And I know that like losing subs is either people who leave who are upset that I'm not playing a certain game that they subscribed for, which I totally understand, or it's YouTube's bug, because I was experiencing that when I was gaming and streaming. Like every time I was stream a game, I would lose like 5 subs or a couple of subs, and it was just crazy. Techard Smash like, well, thank you so much. Ever see those gamers that people hate so much? Their channels dedicated to trolling them. I don't watch a lot of gaming streams. That's another thing for me. I just don't watch gaming streams, and that's kind of one of the things that I realized last year. Even doing Friday the 13th, I'm like, I can't keep up gaming. I can't keep up on top of like the latest games. I can't keep a genre of game because I'm all over the place in my gaming genres. So I don't even have like a gaming genre channel. I couldn't do horror games. I'm certainly not a Nintendo channel because I certainly can't deal with little kids for that long. And yeah, I was like super depressed by it, and I'm kind of having some of the same anxieties that I've had with that, because I'm like, okay, can I talk about pop culture for that long when I don't watch any shows ever? How long can I talk about, hey, Babylon 5 was great? You know, how many times can I say, yeah, and Pee-wee's Playhouse was amazing, before people are like, oh, you don't watch anything, do you? Like, oh. Good music ended in the 90s. I think some of it, yeah. Well, Blind Guardian still has good albums, so, but they're so not mainstream. See, Silent Storm says, I saw Mark Hamill repost the letter from the crew of the Guardians today. Yeah, there's something to talk about. What do you guys think of that? I hate getting on a side with the whole James Gunn thing. But, I mean, it is nice that they stood by him as a director and as a human being from what they saw. So, I think, I don't know what to think about that. Hello, Hologram Nunchuck. Expanse is the first non-YouTube thing I've watched in months. Yeah, I tried to watch it. I don't know. I myself find Donkey Kong Country quite relaxing. What do I play? I will play Terraria and just dig forever in Terraria. I will just explore and dig. I like Terraria up until it goes into hard mode, and then I kind of lose interest. Captain April says, I'm waiting for the day when I can dig my Sega Genesis out of storage and waste hours on Sonic the Hedgehog. I have the new Sega that comes, it has the cartridge thing on top, so you can have all the Sega cartridges, and it also comes preloaded with like Mortal Kombat and Sonic and all these games, and I played it for like a half an hour and then nothing, and then I never touched it again. I feel so bad for wasting $30 on it. And that's kind of why I'm sort of recommending people against the NES Classic, because for $70 for something that I myself would personally play for like a half an hour and never touch. I mean, maybe the Nintendo one I'd play more, like the Super NES one. I would probably play it a little bit more. My son lives on that. I would rather play a game than watch someone play a game. Yeah, I don't watch a lot of Let's Plays. It depends on the Let's Play and it depends on the Let's Player. Like, I watch Jesse Cox play like the David Cage games. I really need to watch him play Detroit. And I will watch him play some weird indie games sometimes. Or Senran Kagura. I love the anime boob game, which is insanely, it's ridiculous. I love it. But, you know, but man, sometimes I just can't watch Let's Plays. And Jay says, as long as it turns out the gun didn't actually diddle any kids, then it's good they stood by him. It's just that in Hollywood it's more likely than they did. I want proof, though. Yeah, that's the thing. The Hollywood, like, pedo rings are just insane. I don't know how to think on this one without more evidence. I mean, man, I don't want to have, like, any sort of statement out there where I support him or condemn him. Because I think having witch hunts for somebody who's innocent is one of, especially accusing them of being a child molester is like the worst thing you can do ever to somebody if they didn't do it, because then you're guilty in the public opinion. But then if he did it, then, you know, obviously you want him brought to justice and you want him investigated. So do you play Star Trek Online? I have not played Star Trek Online. I don't know, it's anytime I see MMO I tend to shy away because that means other people are playing. Yeah, I wouldn't play a David Cage game after No Man's Soul, but I watch people rip on them. Well, I think they're funny. I think they're just crazy. It's a straw man fight. It's a straw man to fight. Nobody is on the side of pedophiles. Exactly. Nobody's on the side of pedophiles. And I think anybody who does come out in defense of James Gunn gets kind of accused of and like guilty by association of, oh, you're just supporting a pedophile. And that really, really pisses me off because that's not what people are saying. So I tend to watch Let's Play vids if it's a game I'm interested in. Seeing actual gameplay helps me decide whether or not to get it. Yeah, and I'll watch a Let's Play every now and then, like the first few minutes of something to see, oh, okay, that's what the gameplay is like. If it's something that I'm like, I'm kind of interested in this. Like, there's that vampire game. I have been really wanting to play it on Steam. I just don't have the money for it. And holy crap, I left everything running. I'm surprised we aren't dropping frames like a mofo. That would be the word I'm using today. But yeah, that vampire game looks really fun. I do want to play it. It's on sale too. Holy crap, I had like 6 things download today. I've been playing a little of Star Trek Adversaries. Not much recently, but I've played it once or twice. Vampire, Vampyre. Did I spell it right? I did not. I didn't spell it right. Oh no. Boost your gain. Who, my gain? I don't know how to boost my game. Who's taking Genesis? I don't know. Guilt by association is right. I'm a vampire. See, vampires are sexy, man. I've been listening to Typo Negative again. Like, that's getting me in the mood for some vampire stuff. Totally. Absolutely in the mood for some vampire stuff. So I've been listening to a little Typo Negative lately. You finished your Spanish summer work? Awesome. No real difference between his stuff and the dead baby jokes and the cruel mommy jokes when I was a kid. Yeah, and well, there's a YouTuber I've been playing Jackbox with at night. Like, they don't know I'm playing Jackbox with him, but he has a dead babies club sort of thing every time somebody subscribes to him. Thinking of games, Yakuza 0 is on PC tomorrow. Is it? Oh, Being Human. Being Human was a good show. Holy crap, Being Human was a good show. That vampire on on the British one. It's not bad. The vampire on like the American version or the North American version was terrible. See, now I'm not even seeing it in my search thing. Is it not in my search? Did they take it off of Steam or something? I'm just not seeing it. Oh my god, they probably did. Oh no, there it is. Oh, it's not on sale anymore. It was on sale for like a day and now it's not. Yeah, $50. I can't pay $50 for it. It looks really good though. So I kind of want to play this. I can't afford it. It looks really cool though. I don't want to play any more of this stuff to it. Yeah, that vampire one is the one I'm interested in. I'm so far behind my gaming. There's games from years ago I still haven't gotten to. Hell, I haven't gotten past the X360 yet. Oh no. The British one was bad. Oh, the British one was good. I like the British Being Human more than the North American one for sure. Ask Doomcock and I ask you Ice Pirates. I think that's the one I saw. I think Seraph made me watch that like a couple years ago because he kept quoting Space Herpes and I'm like, I have no idea what that's from. He's like, oh, you've never seen this? This is a 80s B sci-fi movie. It's totally up your alley. I'm like, I don't want to watch it. So of course we forget all about it and then like, oh, you haven't seen Ice Pirates yet? So I did finally see Ice Pirates. I don't remember any of it. I remember none of it. But I did watch it probably a year ago. One joke, okay, 2 jokes, 100 jokes, that's a problem. There was a lot of those jokes, too. There was a lot. Roseanne was a car wreck waiting to happen. We all knew deep down her days were numbered on TV. Well, and the thing about Roseanne went after a specific person. James Gunn just made a bunch of general statements for the most part from what I've heard. I don't know. I hate talking about that type of stuff because I don't have probably the most popular opinion on it. And I do think that like South Park, the guys from South Park, I would never consider or go over their Twitter feeds. I mean, I guess they probably don't have it or deleted it. But, you know, if you go after James Gunn, then you have to go after people on South Park. Then you have to go after, you know, pretty much every show. Family Guy. You have to go after any show that made any sort of offensive joke. And then we're kind of in sort of no freedom of speech, sort of fascist society, which we're kind of already in right now, which really, really is scary. We're kind of already at the point where the social justice warrior types tend to, like, latch on to anything you say and use it as a see, you said this, therefore you are evil, let's get them. And they have this mob mentality that's so insane, and it's kind of scary to think that that's kind of how we're, like, what's happening in America now. It's just so, it freaks me out so much. James Gunn apologized. Roseanne's been blaming everything and everyone instead of taking responsibility. Yeah. Oh, Ice Pirates with Star Crash. I probably should. He was working for Trauma at the time. They kind of encourage that stuff. Yeah, and if you're working for Trauma, come on. They're like, you gotta. So for anybody who doesn't know, Trauma does like the most insanely over the top sort of exploitation and gross out shock sort of comedies and horror movies and all that stuff. You know, Trauma's Toxic Avenger and Trauma's Class of Nukem High and all. I think, is it Class of Nukem High? I don't remember. And what was it? Poultrygeist. And so yeah, if you're working for Trauma, I don't know. The James Gunn issue is a sticky wicket. It is. Time Bandits, Ice Pirates, Krull, The Last Starfighter, Big Trouble in Little China, Remo Williams. These are movies of epic standing, which was my childhood. I need to see Krull. I don't have the money to go see it in fucking Riff Tracks. So Riff Tracks, if anybody knows what Riff Tracks is, or who doesn't know, Riff Tracks are the guys from Mystery Science Theater 3000, like the last season of Mystery Science Theater. They now they release audio commentaries that you're supposed to sync up with your own DVDs. So you can buy the commentary for like The Last Jedi, I think they did, or all the Harry Potter movies. And you can sync their riff commentary that they would do on Mystery Science Theater to like real popular movies. So now they're doing this thing, they've been doing this where they take movies and they broadcast them live via Fathom event. They rent out a theater in Tennessee and they get on stage and they live riff the movie. So they're doing it with Krull in a couple of weeks, and I really want to see it because I've never actually seen Krull. I know I grew up in the 80s and I've never seen Krull, so I want to see it with Riff Tracks because the last one they did was Space Mutiny, and I did see Space Mutiny a million times, like the Mystery Science Theater episode. And it kind of was a bit of a letdown because some of the jokes weren't there. Some of the best jokes from the episode weren't in there. So I want to see Krull from a fresh perspective because I've never seen the movie. They didn't do the episode before, but I do want to see it. Did you see pics? Context is important. Exactly. I see Seth MacFarlane switch political sides. Go ahead and try and take him down. He'll do half a dozen episodes on FG on a very special Orville on the subject. Leave Ger alone. Leave who alone? Who's Ger alone? Who? What am I talking about? Stop politicizing. Oh, stop politicizing me. Yeah. If Krull was in theaters. I would watch it multiple times. I grew up in a small town, an indie theater, play movies like Krull. That's awesome. Riff Tracks is great. The only way I could ever watch the Twilight series. Riff Tracks Twilight is amazing, especially that last one. If anybody knows why that last one is so amazing, I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but there's a point in like the climax of the big battle at the end, which is the most amazingly trolling, hilarious thing ever. And Bill Corbett's reaction to that is priceless. It is probably one of my favorite things. It was kind of like the reaction that I got out of Doomcock one time when he just happened to glance in the comments. He's like, "What the fuck? What do you mean you hated Guardians of the Galaxy?" It was so hilarious. It's such a hilarious reaction that just comes out of nowhere. It's so unsuspecting, and I absolutely love that. Of course, that was all a joke. It was all an exaggeration. It was just a troll. But yeah. But no, I wish I could go see Krull. I don't think I can afford it. I don't think I can afford to go see Krull because it's the Fathom events are like expensive. They're not cheap. Plus, by the time you get something to drink and some nachos and stuff, it's an expensive night out. It's not like a $5 Tuesday or anything. The theater closed when I was in high school. The last movie they played was The Last Picture Show. That's pretty That's pretty fitting, I think. You missed a lot. Krull was awesome. I know, I need to. Oh, Ted is on ITV2. Who's Ted? The 80s James Horner soundtrack on Krull. I need to watch it. I need to buckle down and get tickets. I'm friends with Drusilla and her husband. What do you think of the Buffy reboot? I can't say what they think. Who's Drusilla? I don't know. Drusilla, like Caligula's wife, sister wife. Who's Ted? I don't know who Ted is either. Who's Ted? I just saw Sav say, "Oh, Ted is on ITV2." Ted, the teddy bear movie by Seth MacFarlane. Oh, okay, the teddy bear movie. I see it. $20 for an IMAX ticket here in Canada. I know, it's sad. Drusilla from Buffy. I've never seen Buffy, so this is why I'm like scared to go on Midnight's Edge tonight or talk about these things, because like Buffy is a thing. Like I just my only position on those are no more reboots. Like, I've never watched the show. I've watched the TV series. So. Krull is a confused movie. He doesn't know what it wants to be, sci-fi or fantasy. That might have been why I avoided it, because I have kind of an aversion to fluffy fantasy movies. So I mean, I love historically. I like the stuffy historical sort of fantasy movies. Like I can hear like all the just talking in Game of Thrones with nothing else for hours, or I can just sit there and watch, you know, any sort of medieval proper people and castles talking about things like for days. I can watch that for days. Fantasy when it's like unicorns and fairies, and that's kind of when my brain shuts off, but never mind, and you do great. I'm sorry. Spice Girl Drew, the hot brunette. Yeah, I've never watched it. Buffy is no longer a reboot, it's a sequel. Okay, that works then. That works. Yep, the backlash succeeded spectacularly. Well, that is perfect. The showrunner for the Buffy reboot has been hinting that lately the show is not going to be a hard break with canon, maybe a soft reboot. Oh, that works too. I did like 1/3 of Merlin. I didn't watch Merlin either. I need to watch that. There's so many of those shows I probably need to go back and watch. Like the Merlin show. Or is that a movie? That was a movie. I know they made a show of it too, though. I need to watch that. It's the sequel I might watch, Reese Miner says. Staff says, I used to work at a cinema in the late 90s. I watched a lot of movies for free. That is the best way to do it. I used to watch, I had Netflix when you would get them through the mail, so I would watch a lot then. But I also had cable, so I would just DVR everything, and then I'd be like, well, my queue, I've already seen everything in my queue, so. So I used to I used to send stuff back right away if I didn't take it out of the queue quick enough. It's like, dude, I just watched this yesterday. I don't want to watch it on DVD again. So I'd watch a lot of like kind of garbage movies. Netflix has nothing good on it anymore. I don't think Netflix ever did. I've never seen a time where Netflix had things that I really wanted to pay for to watch. because I'm somebody who likes a lot of older stuff. I like a lot of, like, you know, if well, I like that it has Star Trek, but I think Hulu had the movies, and then they took those off recently. But I like that Netflix has Star Trek on it, and I like that I can watch some of the stand-up a lot of stand-up specials go on Netflix, but they're all like big name comedians, and I don't really like a lot of the big name comedians anymore. I like a lot of the comedians I like are kind of more underground cult sort of comics. So UK series Merlin, I do need to watch that. There's so many I need to watch. Netflix has stuff here and there. You know, follow the Marvel series. I don't know anything about Marvel. I don't even like Marvel movies that much. Doug Stanhope, yes. Absolutely, Doug Stanhope's good. He's one of the better ones for sure. But I'm such a like stand-up comedian sort of groupie. Like every sort of like I've had more stand-up comedy crushes, I think, in my life than anything, and I'm so much. I think I've raised myself because I watched some stand-up comedy at a young age. I think I raised myself in sort of to be like the sort of person that is not, you know, I try not to be anyway. I try not to be like a naggy person. I try not to be like, anytime a comedian would have a complaint about a wife or a girlfriend, I'm like, well, okay, I won't do that. And when I have a boyfriend, or I won't do that. And then I probably fail miserably at it, but but yeah, I've like, yeah, there was a comedian who used to say, gee, my dream girl is a nymphomaniac who really likes Star Trek. It's like, looks over at my TV at like 14. I'm like, gee, that's the type of person I might be. But probably not, because I don't know. I'm such a weirdo. Comedians hate me. I never laugh. They zero in on me in a club. A guy in a suit that's judging them. I don't mean to. That's how it is. I'm a Stephen Wright fan. Oh, Stephen Wright's funny, too. Stephen Wright's very funny. He gets sucked into so many bad roles, though, for bad movies. Because he's got such a unique voice, I think. This is one of my issues with Stephen Wright. But I never ended up getting to, like, comedy shows in real life. I always would watch, I would watch, like, VH1 Stand-Up Spotlight, which was terrible. It always had the worst comedians on it. And then I would watch, there was a show, what was it called? It was on Fox in, like, 1989 that I would watch the crap out of. So I really loved that one, too. That was kind of my raising on stand-up comedy. I was huge into that as a kid. I didn't watch like TGIF shows. I couldn't tell you anything about Full House or Ninja Turtles even for that matter, but I could tell you probably every comedian between like 88 and 91. I could probably tell you every single comedian. Do you like Mitch Hedberg? I did when he was around. Yeah, I did like him quite a bit. He was really good. One of my favorite comedians though, and this is going to sound really weird because I'm such an angry comedian sort of fan, but I think my favorite comedian of all time might be Harland Williams, just because he's got such a style. He's just got such an absurd style that I absolutely adore. And he can just make me laugh with just the most insane things. So he's probably my favorite, like one of my favorites anyway. I don't know if he's my all-time favorite, but he's one of them for sure. Evening at the Improv. Was Evening at the Improv? Yes, that might have been it. And hello again. Billy Connolly had funny stand-up. He did. I did see that. Do you want a frozen banana? No, but I want a regular banana later, so yes. Yeah, I like some of the absurd comedy out there. Absolutely. And God, Brendan Burns is another one that I really like that nobody knows about. I have a couple of his albums, and holy crap, his stuff is hilarious. He has the best Grand Theft Auto bit, and yeah, that's kind of where my comedy influence is. So he's an Australian comedian that performs in the UK, and he's kind of pretty much any comedian or any sort of entertainer has a lot going on in their brains. That's what I flock to. So anytime you have somebody who just has a million things going on in their mind, you know, very neurotic people, very intelligent people, very like that's what will draw me in like a flame, you know, or like a moth to a flame for sure. Like Bill Hicks, exactly. Do I at least get a hello? No, you don't get a hello. You got the welcome back. But no, you don't get a hello. No hello for you. Yeah, Bill Hicks was really good. I miss Sam Kinison. Sam Kinison was good too. Like, Sam Kinison was so underrated. My old roommate's relative was the one who killed him in the drunk driving accident. And, yeah. my old roommate also used to have a niece that would go through his record collection with Tiffany when they were little girls. So, yeah, there's a couple of bad things that I kind of put on that person's shoulders. What do you think of the Xindi storyline in Enterprise? I hated the Xindi storyline in Enterprise so much. The Xindi were... how do I describe it? The Xindi storyline in Enterprise, to me, just went on too long. It could have been a really interesting two-parter to have, they come across this planet where all of these species have evolved alongside each other. So you have insectoids, you have fish Xindi, you have bird Xindi, you have ape Xindi. So you have all of these sort of Xindi. And that could have been a really interesting premise. That's very Star Trek to me, but they just kind of zoned in on, well, this is our enemy for the whole series. And they lasted 2 seasons with that, and it was crazy. Oh my god, thank you so much, Alex James, for the $6 super chat. What do you think of Amy Schumer? I think her early work was really funny. Amy Schumer. So my entire stand-up act is just Amy Schumer jokes when I would do comedy night on in video games. I hate when people ask if I like British humor. Good humor is universal. Well, I like British humor. I like George Carlin. Absolutely. But yeah, like, my whole Amy Schumer sort of jokes, some of her early stuff was actually pretty funny. Then she kind of got into too much joke stealing and being inspired too heavily by other people. Like stealing, like Kathleen Madigan's jokes. Didn't she steal something from Wendy Liebman? It's like, don't steal from the ladies that I watched when I was kind of coming up and being a comedy nerd. Don't steal from them. So pretty much every one of my jokes is like, gee, I would love to tell you a stand-up joke, but I don't want Amy Schumer to steal it from me. And pretty much I can elaborate on that. So I would be a very good roaster for Amy Schumer. I boycotted that season of Enterprise. I went back and watched it. It's actually not that bad. Yeah, and that's the way I did too. I tuned out and then I did go back and rewatch it. See. Wouldn't that have made the Xindi millions of years old, older than Voth even? Yeah, I think it would have. I think it would have. The best jokes come from 3-year-olds. Oh no. And hello, Candy Juice, welcome. Enterprise explained why the Klingons changed from TOS to TNG. I did like that. They finally did that in the last season. Like, the last season of Enterprise was really, really good. You got a lot of the you got a lot of like Andorian stuff, you got the Tellarite stuff, you got the early Federation forming stuff, which was great. You got so many awesome you got so many awesome like fill in the blank sort of things. So you got the backstory of like the augment virus, you got Dr. Soong, you got all these things that were just so amazing that I really loved. And I liked setting up, I like tying in the augment stuff to the Klingon forehead ridges. I think that was a really good way of doing it. I'm sad that we had to wait so long for them to give a proper explanation. But, you know, in Deep Space Nine, Worf did say, yeah, there's a reason Klingons have flat foreheads and we just don't talk about it. And I took that as, okay, there's a reason. They're aware of it. It's not just, we changed it and didn't tell you sort of thing. So I did like that. The Augments, Andorians, human isolationists, even some silly Mirror Universe stuff. Season 4 was great. It was really good. I think they did it really well. I really liked seeing a lot more of what I was promised in a prequel to TOS. And that's kind of the main thing. Like, if you're going to do a prequel, fill in some blanks. Don't make up some entirely new stupid thing. I mean, and that's where they kind of really went off the rails with Discovery. They're like, oh, we're going to tell you the story of the Klingon War. Like, ooh, I want to see flathead Klingons in sparkly gold miniskirt hot pants. That'd be kind of cool. No, we don't get that. We don't get that at all. Like, we get these Klingons that look like orcs. We get this whole war that doesn't make sense. We get new characters shoehorned in that don't make sense to the universe, that were never mentioned before. So it really bothers me that they did that. And it's such a letdown. Like, we already went through this with Enterprise. Didn't you guys pay attention when we hated Enterprise for this shit? Like, with the whole Xindi stuff. The Xindi arc, I think, turned off more people than I think they realized. Because I stopped watching during the Xindi arc. Because, you know, here we have a shoehorned in race that was never mentioned before. Or were they? I don't even remember if they were at this point. It's been so long. But yeah, you have this race who's not even, like, supposed to be here. You're supposed to be telling us the backstory of how the Federation was formed and the early days of exploring the galaxy and all these new races. Can we see some of these new races for the first time that we saw in TOS? No? Okay. Okay, thank you. It really bothers me. Enterprise lost me early, but Dear Doctor cemented that. I like Dr. Phlox on Enterprise. Way too much Xindi garbage filler in Florida. Yeah, that whole attack on Florida was just out of nowhere, too. Enterprise did fill in a lot of gaps. It did finally, towards that last season, they did fill in so many gaps, and I really liked that. And I liked Hoshi building the translator. I liked seeing that. I liked seeing people kind of still getting into the groove of using the transporter. I liked that. You know, there's a lot of good stuff about Enterprise, and as much as I don't like it, and I think it's kind of the worst of the modern of that era of shows, it has nothing on Discovery for how bad Discovery is. I mean, I would sooner watch every Xindi episode. I would sooner watch the Nazi episodes of Enterprise where they go back in time and there's aliens that are helping Hitler win the war because reasons. I don't know, because they wanted to do a World War II sort of thing. They wanted to do an alternate timeline of, hey, the aliens helped Hitler win. I would rather sit through that than Discovery and the slow talking Klingons that speak like this and can't talk more than one word at a time. Like, please, I fast forward the Klingon scenes. I don't pay attention to them. I really don't. Especially the second watch. Like, the first watch, I will probably be playing on my tablet or something. Second watch, I just tune out the Klingons. Then Star Trek began with the Earth no longer being viable for existence. I don't think so. No, I don't think it did. Let's see. That was Firefly. And Firefly's a good show, too. If you haven't seen Firefly, watch Firefly. I like that one a lot. If there hadn't been a CBS takeover, they would have built on season 4 and tied it in better with TOS. I think so. I think so. That makes me genuinely angry, just how Phlox condemns an entire spacefaring civilization to death over entirely spurious reasoning, and it's hailed as a good thing. Just art. Which episode was that? Which episode was that on that Dr. Phlox did that to? Now I gotta scroll back. Did I miss what you said? Blame Moonves. Yeah, we'll definitely blame Les Moonves on why Discovery is bad. Just the whole Discovery CEO stuff. It really seems like they knew the merger was coming. They were gonna just throw a bunch of shit to stick to the wall to make their stock prices rise. Like, hey, we've got a new Star Trek show. We've got a new streaming service. This is the type of stuff our idiot stockholders are gonna eat up and say this is brilliant. That was the end of Dear Doctor. I don't remember that episode. I'm gonna have to go back and watch it. Lord Pathopox says, my friend got fired for sexual harassment on a set of Star Wars for telling a co-star her hair smelled nice. Ewoks get no love, I tell ya. Oh, I'm so sorry. Did that really happen? Of course, Phlox let them die. Did you see what they were wearing? I did not. Welcome back, Kiki the Cutie. Did you miss anything cool? Not really that I know of. I don't know. Yes and no. We were just complaining about Star Trek. Alright. I need to blow up. I need to embiggen the chat because I'm missing some of it. That was a joke. He was a dwarf. Oh, I'm sorry. CBS hired Packlids to write Star Trek Discovery. I think they would probably do a better job because at least they understand some of it. You know, it's sad. When I see Packlid, my brain jumps to Pakmarov from Babylon 5, and then I have to correct and be like, nope, that's not a Packlid. That is really sad that that's how my brain works. So yeah, I think I need to go see Krull in the theater. You guys got me thinking. I think I need to go and see that. Your first memory of Star Trek. God, my earlier memories of Star Trek are like doing this in school, saying, I just went and saw Star Trek 4 last night in like 2nd grade. I do remember a lot of that. I remember like more early, like 3 and 4 years old, watching Doctor Who than Star Trek, but I do remember watching Star Trek like in the theater. And I remember having to go to the next town over because our local theater in my I grew up in kind of a small town in Colorado, and we only had 2 theaters at the time, or 1 theater that had 2 screens. So we had to drive like 15-20 minutes to the next town over to even see Star Trek. So that was kind of cool. I did like that. And I think that was also the theater I probably saw Nightmare on Elm Street 6 in, I want to say. Yeah, it was definitely the theater I saw Nightmare on Elm Street 6 in, because we didn't get them in our theater. Do you think Mikey Spock did Pomfar? I think she did the deed with Vok, with Ash Tyler. I think she did, because she was in her underwear when they were talking, so I think she might have gotten busy with him, but Sav says, I love Firefly. I hear they were trying to make another season. I think they were. I think with Firefly, they got shuffled around so much. They got aired out of order. Firefly would have benefited from being a Netflix type of show where they just drop the whole thing and you can marathon it. I've been told that I watched Star Trek on NBC with my dad when I was around 2 or 3. Yeah, I remember watching a lot of, like, I remember being told about some of the stuff I watched too, so. But no, I don't know if I watched it when I was 2 or 3, because Next Gen didn't come out until like 87, so until I was in 2nd, 3rd grade, so. Firefly should still get picked up, it's not too late. Well, they could. I mean, Marina Baccarin still looks good. Jill State still looks good. I mean, they killed off Wash, which was stupid in Serenity, but yeah, I think everybody could still pretty much play the same characters. I don't think they'd want to. I think they're off busy being movie stars and being everything else. Keiko was pregnant. Keiko was pregnant. Yeah, Keiko, Kira, and Balana all had kids. There's a lot of people who ended up having kids. Well, Major Kira had a kid in real life. So in real life, the actress who plays her is married to the actor who plays the Doctor, or were, I don't know if they still are. So she was pregnant in real life on the show, and that's why they had to kind of write her pregnancy in, because when you have a very petite actress that's squeezed into a very skin-tight uniform, people are going to kind of notice if she starts having a kid, or getting pregnant or more and more pregnant on set. So I think that was a really creative way of writing in, a kid, Why not? Why not transport it into her womb? I mean, that's interesting. They divorced a long time ago. Okay, yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't pay attention to actors' personal lives so much. I was just, anything I know came off of the DVD set commentaries, but was married. She remarried. All right. See, this is why I have you guys here. TS9 had a family dynamic with O'Brien. They did. Dr. Crusher was pregnant on TNG, but they did a good job of hiding it. Odo broke them up. Oh no. That's sad. Poor Odo. Well, Odo was like, I don't know. I feel bad about Odo. What's her place to play Milano was also pregnant. They did the sitcom thing and trying to hide it. Yeah, they did. Well, one of the things they did was hide her, or they gave her a holodeck episode where she was actually pregnant. So they could actually show it off because she was pregnant in real life. Lab coat can hide a multitude of sins. It almost seems like Tilly was pregnant for a while because she was looking bigger and bigger for a bit on some of Discovery where she had her coat open. So I don't know if that was something that they did. I am live. Yes, hello, Robin. You got your new guitar tomorrow. Awesome. New guitars are fun. I still need to restring mine, but I wish I got a hello, but you don't always get you want. Welcome me. Well, if you're gonna keep demanding it, I'll probably just ban you because if I say something, Kiki. I'll be so needy. Odo is awkward in bed. I bet he is. Yeah, I would love to get different. I would love to get more guitars. I'm not good enough at the guitars I have, sadly. And hello, Zoogie. Hello, everybody. Welcome, everybody. It's probably way too many trips to the craft service table. Hello, Lost Soldier. We got a lot of people just kind of chiming in and saying hi now. I don't know if you guys are all lurking or just had me on in the background during something. Yes, smash the like button if you guys are here. If you guys are brand new. Oh, let me see. Was there anybody else live that I'm going against? I don't like competing. I don't like going live against people here. So, let me see if other people are live. Watch the child from TNG. Was Data trans or did he have a penis? Data was programmed fully functional in many techniques and fully anatomically correct. So, yeah. I bet Odo and Harvey Cthulhu probably have a lot in common with their in-bed approach. But no, Harvey is a giant Cthulhu monster. So. Yeah, I'm not seeing anybody else streaming right now. That's kind of cool. So I like this time of the afternoon if I do stream. And I did put a new video just on a quickie little side thing that came from the Midnight's Edge stream last night that Doomcock was on, where I was kind of just off the top of my head, I'm like, dude, I think Empress Ming should have a bar where she cannibalizes people, like Cheers. That would be a show I would almost watch. I already welcomed you, Kiki the Cutie. If you keep like leaving and coming back, like that really fucks up with the algorithm too. And that's one of the things that I hated with like doing gaming videos for children, because they leave and then they come back and then they leave and they come back. So your algorithm is like 4-second views. Oh my god, that just bothers me so much. I see Rift Tracks Krull in your future. You do? You can't afford to get Krull tickets to see Krull. I want to see Krull though. I do want to see Krull in the theater. Is Data or Yaphet better in bed? Yaphet could conform to any shape that you need and fill as many holes as you need him to. So, but then Data is a robot, so he probably can vibrate. I don't know. Which one would be better in bed, Data or Yaphet? Like, obviously Yaphet beats out Odo. So we can do like a whole bracket thing. Who's better in bed, Data or Yaphet? I think. Yeah, Yaphet could fill all the holes you need filling, and he could be as big or as small as you need him to be. But Data, well, Data could probably contort in ways to do the same. He could probably contort, and he probably has like electronics that could pulse in certain ways. I don't know. Neelix has had his fun with the Klingon woman, did he? Oh no. Need to get dinner started. Away from the keyboard for a bit. Well, thank you for being here, Captain April. I'm probably going to wrap up pretty soon anyway. Just so I can save my voice and I can like... Because I know I'm going to be doing the podcast thing later tonight on Midnight's Edge. So if you guys do want to check out Midnight's Edge After Dark, I will be on. Data probably has accessories. Oh, Lord. Data doesn't get tired. I don't think... Well, Data won't get tired. That's true. Prepare to put on the scant. Oh, no. We'll be there. Yeah, hopefully you guys will all show up over on Midnight's Edge After Dark. If you haven't subscribed, let me find you a link here. If you haven't subscribed over there, there's no reason why you shouldn't. They're actually a really good channel. They do their research, too. They do an amazing amount of research. They don't just run with like rumors and things like a lot of these sort of Star Wars news sites do. They actually do their research, and they try and get evidence and proof to back up what they say. So you have it make it pregnant depending on your species. I actually got one Harley Benton last year, was cracked and damaged, also a replacement, so I got sick of them and got myself a Jazzmaster. Jazzmasters are nice too. It all depends on the model and who you deal with. Yes. It's not Midnight's edging. I made that mistake once. Oh no. Where do those accessories go in his data ports? Well, he probably, like, I know you can peel up his arm and access stuff, so he probably has, like, all kinds of little hiding spots. Kind of like an action figure where you can open them up and put the accessories in the back sometimes. I've had model kits that do that, too. Did you ever get a hello? You've gotten, like, 20,000 hellos, Kiki the Cutie. You've gotten more hellos than... You don't need a hello every time you pop into the stream. Data doesn't feel emotion, so he'd be expressionless as he did it. Well, he does have the emotion chip later on, so I don't know. You gotta wonder, like, can an android fall in love with a human though? Would he have that kind of emotional capability? How complex are his emotions? Because like if you're a real human and you fall in love with somebody, you have a wide range of emotions, which really sucks because like I'm one of those people, I like to shut off my emotions for everything. So I kind of envy people like Data or Vulcans in particular. Like if you're in love with somebody, you go through like the jealousy stuff, and you go through the being hurt, and you go through the oh my god I pissed somebody off phases, and you go through the and you go through all of these sort of things, and yeah, it kind of sucks being a human sometimes. Hello, cool Tastics gamer, it's Wednesday for you. Well, hello over where you're at in Wednesday. My first ever LTD. LTDs are good. I love LTDs. LTDs are great guitars. Wasn't it kind of implied that lore wasn't fully anatomically correct? Lore might not have been. See, but I love your channel. Well, thank you for being here. Like when Data's mother brought up her and Soong, okay, like when Data's mother brought up her and Soong having to write modesty subroutine for Data because the colonists objected to an anatomically correct android. Yes, that's true. they did it. I totally forgot about that. They did have to object to the anatomically correct. Yeah, the penis. That may be why Laura was jealous. Penis envy. Oh man, that's sad. That is sad. Data wins because he's always stiff. Schwing. Oh man. Now I feel like we're picking on poor Data or poor Lore even. Like you can definitely imagine why Lore went evil. You know, if he didn't have one, but he has the emotions, and he probably had the intelligence to have some sort of sex drive too. I mean, I wonder if you're programmed with that though, because you can't physically reproduce. So I wonder if they're just kind of functioned in like, if this comes up, here you go. I don't know. Or might be a Ken doll. Yes. The doctor, can he make adjustments to his program? Well, remember when they transported him and he was like itty bitty? Didn't they transport him one time? So I'm assuming yes, that he could have somebody go in there and reprogram himself to be But you would think Dr. Zimmerman would have done that anyway. Excuse me. I talk too much sometimes, and then my voice starts to go. No, I think the doctor probably... I think Dr. Zimmerman probably programmed the doctor with enough, probably. Because wouldn't a guy do that anyway, though? If a guy were making a holographic recreation of himself, wouldn't he, like, you know, shave off a little on his gut and maybe make some areas a little larger, give him a little more tone on the biceps, something like that, right? That's what I would do. I mean, that's what you do when you build a video game avatar of yourself. You kind of shave it off a little bit and all of the others. Is this my video that we are live? No, that's Midnight's Edge After Dark. That's the wrong one. Delete. I was gonna put it on my channel. I didn't put my latest video, and I didn't put my stream over on my channel either. Soong would absolutely program an android to have a sex drive. He'd think it's necessary. I think so. I think so. Does Lando get the droids after Luke and Leia are gone? Are C-3PO and R2-D2 comfortable with that? I think Chewbacca should get the droids after everyone's gone. I don't know. Who would get them? I mean, it's already stupid that Rey has the Falcon. Like, why the hell does she have it? Why doesn't Chewie just, like, leave her on the planet and be like, screw you guys, I'm going home. And just kind of bugger off back to Kashyyyk. Like, that's what should have happened. He should have gotten the Falcon. Why does Rey have it? Why is he now the pet? You know, why is he the puppy that comes with the Falcon, like, after its owner dies, you know? That's just so sad. It's called Shiny Ass would probably be in danger. Does Data shave his pubes? I wonder if Data can, like, because Data can grow hair, right? So I wonder if he can grow them or then retract them. Oh man, this is all things that, like, the world needs answers. Does Data have pubic hair? Can he grow them and shave them at will? Right? Lando doesn't want the droids. Pando wants them. Pando. I'm already imagining Lando, like, going up to the Millennium Falcon and being like, oh, I missed you, girl. And putting it in the tailpipe or something. You know, because they have an exhaust port on the back of the Falcon. Why not? Fuel's a thing, apparently. It's data to have a lightning fast tongue. Hey, sometimes you need to slow it down a little bit. That's all I'm gonna say. No, Lando doesn't want the droids. Panda wants them. I'm gonna pay for another movie and sneak into episode 9. I wonder how many people did that. I have a theory that so many people just paid for Deadpool 2 when they went and saw Han Solo. I think a lot of people actually did that. All the data questions and more will be answered by Quentin. like Quentin from Dark Shadows, the werewolf. That'd be cool. No, I don't think I'll watch it. No, I don't think I'll watch it at all. I didn't watch Solo, and I'm very good friends with someone who's in that movie, so I feel kind of bad for them. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I mean, it's not the actors' fault. It's not the production people's fault. I mean, the only people really you can blame for the Han Solo movie are, just go back to, like, Lucasfilm itself, you know? You can blame the story group for not knowing anything about filmmaking, and you can blame Kathleen Kennedy for being a horribly hateful, spiteful woman who is trying her best to destroy the franchise. You know, I movie hopped Deadpool for Solo. I mean, I think Deadpool was a far superior movie. It's just, I didn't like either of the Deadpool movies that much. Thinking back to it. You forgot which chat you were in. I'm sorry. Someone said something about Rey giving Lando a bobbit or Kylo crying in a corner. Oh, man. That's the type of stuff you can put in this chat, though. That's perfectly fine. Millennium Falcon is a nice big booty. Pando's got to be down with that. You guys. No, he's an amazing dude, and he works as a stuntman. So I wanted to go see it for his sake, but I just couldn't. Yeah, and that sucks. That really sucks. I worry there is a Hudsucker clause that doesn't allow them to fire the head of Lucasfilm as part of the purchase. That is a very good point. That's what I was thinking. That, like, they would have fired her, but they can't. So now they're stuck with this franchise that nobody wants and this woman they can't get rid of. So I'm wondering. But then I think they might be doing stuff behind her back. I wonder if they can just put in somebody under her and just go through them and just kind of keep her on as a token. Well, we can't fire you, so here, girl, you sit right here and pat her on the head, right? Dana knows how to take care of the kitty. Food supplement. Aw. Is Quark sexy? I don't think Quark was sexy, but I don't know. I don't really have a thing for Ferengi, I think. Some of the Klingons are okay, though. Dude, before they became Klingorks, some of the Klingons are okay. Something to bring up on Edge. The Kathleen Kennedy purchase thing. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. I love the robot on the Orville. Yeah, Isaac's great. I'm gonna download Solo and pay him for the ticket price that would have cost the cinema. Exactly. Like, and that's the biggest thing. I think that's why so many of the YouTubers were getting just like massive super chats during the whole Solo thing, is because so many people were like, you know what, here, take my $8. I don't want to go see this in the theater. And that's what kept happening. I kept seeing people like just doing that so much on these channels, and it was amazing to see how many people were like, yeah, I just don't want to see this movie. Is that sad that I just don't want to see this movie? and I, as a Star Wars fan, we're kind of at the point where we just don't want to see our movies anymore. It's so sad. Do you think Khaleesi and Solo was good? Not really. Not really. To me, having another girlfriend or another love interest for Han Solo when Han and Leia are kind of like a fairy tale romance, it was just kind of insulting to the memory of Leia to have this ex. Like, oh, you could have done so much without putting like a romance in there. And the whole I mean, I made a video on the dice. The whole thing where basically he goes back because she hung on to the dice for so long. And he was like pining for her, and those dice reminded him of her. And then Luke hands them to Leia in Last Jedi. Oh, that just does not sit well with me. That does not sit well with me. Like, here, Leia, here, have your dead boyfriend or your dead husband's ex-girlfriend's dice that reminds him of her, not you. Man, that makes me mad. That makes me so mad. Easily seduce Worf. I don't think so. I don't think I'm as seductive as people assume I am. I think. KK is definitely not in charge anymore. Iger's put someone he trusts. That's why the OT crew are being heavily represented in episode 9. Spelled N-E-I-N. KK is the sort that would kick up a stink if she was fired publicly. I think so. I think so too. Especially because of the dice. It's because of that bullshit. Yep. I think Solo might be an okay, good movie, but that fucking SJW droid, I don't think I can stand to see it. Yeah, it's a bit heavy-handed. It's almost parody level heavy-handedness for that SJW bot 9000 or whatever she is. But man, and it's so out of place too. It's like, what are you talking about? Droids aren't people. They're robots. They don't, you can give them like people personalities and stuff, but I don't know, maybe I'm mixing up my sci-fi franchises. Do droids actually feel pain? I mean, I guess they do. I kind of remember one of the droids kind of screaming when they pull him apart somewhere, but being wrapped, gotta run, stay awesome. Well, thank you so much, Matt Deckard. Yeah, I'm actually probably gonna wrap up pretty soon anyway. I do need to rest up my voice, recuperate it. I definitely wanted to promote the Midnight's Edge After Dark stream, so hopefully you guys will all head over there and we get a good couple hundred people watching. I know it's up against the High Council, but, or maybe I'll start earlier, I don't know. But just like turn on your notifications over there, turn them on here too. Like those notifications, like if you don't watch a video or a streamer every day, YouTube will unsubscribe you and they will unnotify you. And I see that all the time on YouTube. There's channels that I could have sworn I subscribed to that I wasn't because I don't watch every video. And there's channels that I could have sworn I got notifications for that I've clicked the bell for. So actually, Cloud when L3 died. Me too. Then she became the flamingo. Exactly. 8D8 was torturing GNK power droid in Jabba's palace, and 99 was not very nice either. I do kind of remember some of that. I just didn't really think of it. I didn't think much of it because, like, it's just a droid. It's kind of programmed to express, hey, I'm getting pulled apart. Don't pull me apart. So YouTube isn't trustworthy. It is not. I don't have anything against people who are gay, trans, pans, or whatever, but Lando is not either of them. And yeah, that is exactly the point I was making a while ago about the Lando thing, is that, and this is before my channel kind of shifted over to this type of stuff and to vlogging, but Lando Calrissian being kind of paraded out as a token pansexual is kind of queer baiting. It's saying, it is using the term pansexual, which means he will sleep with anything instead of something more accurate, like he doesn't he doesn't discriminate men or women or different aliens is all you need to say. Having a human political term labeling him as something, well, pansexuals also sleep with, a hunk of dog crap on the ground they'll jerk off into, or they will sleep with children, or they will sleep with a gas tank or anything. Pansexual is kind of a different term than I think people think it means. So when they do that sort of labeling on people who aren't part of our human society of Earth and America, and they aren't part of this whole political movement that we're a part of, it's kind of insulting to people who actually are like that and who actually struggle with those issues. And not only that, you're also cheapening the term by giving it to a character that has never experienced that before. Lando was always a womanizer. He was a flirt. And, I have no problem if he flirts a little with Han. I don't care. That never bothered me with Captain Jack. What bothers me is kind of relabeling somebody as something that they never were before. If I want to see some subtext that, oh, he might be into guys too, because, like, why wouldn't he? That's my own thing. You don't need to go and promote it in your film industry. You don't need to go through and, like, and make a point to shove it down our throats that he is this politically correct term when clearly he's not. He's just a flirty guy. There's nothing wrong with being flirty. And it just frustrates me so much that they bother with this stuff, that they go out of their way to queer bait and label things and have like 100% representation of every single person. You're never going to have 100% representation of every single person. People are going to find characters to identify with no matter what, Welcome back, Captain April. What'd you miss? I was just ranting. They ruined Lando. He's a ladies' man. Pansexuality is the sexual attraction towards people regardless of their sexual, sex, gender, or identity. And well, yeah, that's one of it, but it also means you'll sleep with anything. Like Spike said, sex with robots is more common than you think. See, and I don't have a problem with that. I mean, I've seen some pretty realistic looking sex toys from Japan, so do what makes you happy as long as they're of age and consent, right? but like there's so many characters I don't need to know. You know, I think I put out on Twitter when I first heard about it, and like, okay, saying like overly sexualizing characters in children's movies, in movies that we grew up with as kids, is something that, like, we don't need to know. That's too much information. You know, it's like, we grew up with these characters as our family, you know? That's like finding out that Uncle Han likes it when Aunt Leia sticks her finger inside his ass while she's blowing him. You know, we don't need that information. We don't need that information. What you do in your bedroom is fine. But I don't want to think about it with them. They're family, you know? Some details, like, you can kind of imagine, yes, they did stuff and have a kid. Great. I understand how that works. I'm a grown-up. I don't need, my mind fills in blanks where they never need to be filled in. I'm very much somebody, and I think everybody's like that. You know, everybody can see like pictures in clouds, and that's how the human brain is designed. So once you start throwing out terminology like this, we end up filling in the blanks, and this is why people overreact. So Robin says, I'm into scat, and I don't look down on pansexuality. There's no sex before. No, I know. Exactly. We don't need it. We don't need the sex in Star Wars. We don't need it in Star Trek either. Star Trek used to be a thing you could watch with your kids. And, you know, just because I don't like children personally, it doesn't mean I'm not opposed to, or it doesn't mean that I'm opposed to a show that is perfectly safe for anybody of any age to watch. We don't need to know about Han slipping Leia the lightsaber. Exactly. It's a movie many kids are watching. We don't need to push sexual topics on them. Exactly. I mean, there are age-appropriate ways of doing it. And Han flirting with Leia, or Han, you know, kissing Leia, that's age-appropriate for everybody. You know, people kind of have, you know, it's for general audiences, or parental guidance is suggested. You know, even Lando kind of being a little flirty with Leia, that's age-appropriate for pretty much everybody. But when you get these, like, overly sexualized topics, you know, you're going to have to raise your rating, especially, and and one of the things they do is they put it out there on social media. They send it out as talking points to these these kind of news sites, and they send it out in press releases, and the press runs with it, and then they do nothing of it in the movie. You don't even see it. You know, you get a little implication. You get it implied that that he has to, like, change the droid's oil every now and then, if you know what I mean with that, because the movie certainly thinks you should. And yeah, it gets kind of sad. But the banter between Han and Lando over Leia was great. Those days are gone. You don't like kids as in pedophilia? Or not at all? Not at all. Not at all. I don't like children. I'm uncomfortable around them, and I find them to be irritating. They do things like, look at me, I need attention, look at me. They do stuff like that. Hello in Russia, hello Natalia, welcome. And now we have graphic sex and swearing thrown in. Just why? Because Star Trek. Hollywood was perverted. Didn't that guy from The Lost Boys tell on all of them? Corey Feldman. The Lost Boys is one of my all-time favorite movies. Yeah, Corey Feldman has been doing an amazing job of trying to call out all the pedophiles in Hollywood. So good on Corey. Robin says, I don't care what Crazy Kathleen has done or said. Lando's not pansexual, and Return of the Jedi is the last Star Wars movie. Yeah, that's the last one I can really sit through too. The prequels are very. I can see how people who grew up with the prequels kind of like them, and the Clone Wars. I can see how people like that, but I'm original trilogy for sure. Boycott episode 9. Yes. Well, thank you guys so much for hanging out. I think I'm gonna wrap up now because I do want to make sure I have dinner, and I want to make sure I rest my voice up and recuperate it. And I want to get a few things. I want to research a few topics because I was supposed to look at a couple of things and I just have not had a chance to. Oh my god, and there's some new DLC for South Park and a new Doomcock video that just dropped 5 minutes ago that I'm totally gonna have to watch. So let's all go watch the new Doomcock video, everybody. You guys like Doomcock. This is him reading comments, apparently, from what I've heard, from what I've been told. Oh, wait. Yeah, oh, it's a 2-hour thing, reading the comments on his video. Let me link you guys this. So everybody go watch Doomcock. Hail Doomcock, hail Harvey. The bestest people in the whole wide world. They're definitely personal favorites of mine. People also say that gay people wear rings with needles so they can sting people and spread AIDS. Oh no, that's so... I know a guy that lived in LA, he said you can't get in the movie business unless you're bi. Bi from the UK? Well, I am. I don't really like to spread it around, but yeah, I don't discriminate against men or women either way, but yeah, later all time for Din Din, Zoogie says. See you, Zoogie. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Let's all head over and watch the Doomcock video. I am super excited for this one, and hopefully I can get it watched tonight before anything else crazy happens. And watch me over on Midnight's Edge After Dark tonight. It will be very fun. Yes, peace and long life, live long and prosper. Watch my little Star Trek video that I put up today. And thank you guys so much for the super chats. I really appreciate it. I love you guys so much. And I will see you guys tonight on Mead. Bye!